And happy new fucking year to everybody. This is episode 46 of the News That Broke Glass. I've got lots of notes because I've not done this for ages, but that is my New Year's fucking resolution. I know people never ever stick them. I'm going to try, for the sake of this channel and for the sake of me and wanting to push things forward with doing this and wrestling and all sorts of other shit, is to try and do a lot more fucking content for this channel and try and do one, maybe 2 videos a week. None of this like 2 a month bullshit like I've been doing before, because I've been slacking. But it's been the festive season. But first of all, just to say RIP to fucking Don West, anyone who watched TNA in the early days to the mid years before all that Hogan and it's kind of anyway. RIP to Don West, a fucking legendary commentator. And I loved fucking TNA when I was a young lad after ECW and WCW died, and they did their fucking like weekly pay-per-views, and they went into like, they were on fucking, were they on TNN or they were on Spike TV, and they had 1 hour impacts and shit, and it was Don West and Mike Tenay and everything. Anyway, tragedy, so rest in peace to Don West. Anything I'm going to say today is not going to make the fact that Vince McMahon is now back in the WWE, but who gives a fuck about that? Who gives a fuck about Money in the Bank being in fucking London, which I may or may not be going to, who knows. Anyway, so just to say, have you noticed my new fucking snazzy fucking t-shirt with my fucking logo on it? Available at Deathmatch Worldwide, and I do have some other merch. I am going to have some other wrestling t-shirt-y, merchandise-y shit coming out in the very near future. What exactly that is, I cannot divulge yet, but I'm going to have some stuff available, and it's going to be based in the UK as well. Because I know a lot of people that are like, oh my god, the shipping and blah 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 blah. I know people in the UK are like, I know people that sit there and they just hoard all their money and they wait for Americans to come here and they spend it all at once in the merch table. So I'm going to set up something for the UK. Anyway, speaking of merchandise and speaking of Deathmatch Worldwide, I have t-shirts. I have this fucking, obviously, Snazzy Bleeding Gums t-shirt. I have this fucking awesome Otis fucking Koger t-shirt. Look at that fucking shit. Very, very nice. And what else do I have? I'm sure my dad, who absolutely fucking is a massive fucking vegan, would love that t-shirt. That's not that. I did have these in order, but I might not have them in order anymore. Where are we? Not that one. This one. This one. Too many t-shirts. There we go. And York. Fucking Australian deathmatch aficionado York. And who, I mean, I am very much looking forward to seeing what Deathmatch Down Under are doing next year. I know Callum Butcher is going to be over, perhaps with other people, who knows, in America. But then we move on to some other shirts I got. I ordered this a long time ago. Must have got caught up in the post due to the strikes. A big motherfucking Joe European Deathmatch Championship. This is the Outlaw Tournament. Right here, signed by all the guys in the fucking tournament. And on the back it's also got this shit too. Fuck yeah. I don't even know if you can still buy this anymore. I have no fucking idea. What else do we have? We have a beautiful new Sayozawa fucking Michael Caden big sad boy fucking shirt. Look at that fucking shit. And I will say, go and watch my fucking interview with Caden on the channel for the 6th episode of Behind the Glass. Probably one of my most like favourite things I've done on YouTube and interviews and stuff. A good fucking laugh, one of the fucking greatest minds, one of the greatest deathmatch wrestlers in the fucking UK. I also have this big fucking Joe ICP inspired t-shirt, and on the back it's got Joe Jekyll 4 fucking 20. What else do we have? More shirts. Shirts everywhere. Oh yeah, I also have these hats. New hats, Tammy hats. Who doesn't like a fucking Tammy hat? I do, because I don't have any fucking hair. ICW Olds Barred in orange and purple, and ICW Olds Barred, the fucking logo from their Chicago taking over King of the Deathmatch shit. And finally, the best t-shirt, even better than my own, is of course the beautiful new Rise logo t-shirt with the fucking Good Doctor on the front, the best promoter in Rise history, Mr. Leonardo Darwin. Anyway, buy that on Rise's fucking website as well. So that is some shirts and merch and shit. And just first of all to go over before I move into reviews, endless reviews. That's from Battlefield Earth, if anyone got that reference. Where the fuck's the pictures? So many screenshots. So, WrestleMania this year If WWE is still in business by then. I think it's March 30. It's like the very end of March, start of April. I'm going to actually get the dates because it's going to annoy me if I don't get that. WrestleMania, because yeah, Vince McMahon's back. Hitting in that fucking Eric Bischoff music. It is April 1st to April 2nd. So Saturday April 1st and Sunday April 2nd, because WrestleMania has to be 2 days instead of just 1 day. To save our livers and everything, all the best. Where the fuck's this picture? Anyway, so speaking of that, from March 30th to April 4th, Danny fucking Darko is going to be in California, because that's where Mania is this year. And he is taking bookings for Mania weekend, so fucking book one of the best fucking deathmatch wrestlers in the fucking UK. Has appeared in Rise, Kumite, ICW No Holds Barred, to name a few. So book fucking Darko on your fucking shows. And also, March 30th, April 1st, obviously there's going to be the Collective and everything, all that shit this weekend. Not only is Danny Darko from the UK going to be in Los Angeles, we are also going to have motherfucking Clint Margera is going to be in fucking Los Angeles for March 30th and April 1st. So book two of the best deathmatch wrestlers in the UK for your shows, you American cunts. Anyway, just to move on as well, since then, the last episode was like a month ago when I done this. It was meant to be the week after. I'm going to get better. So Big fucking Joe and Drake Younger is now fucking happening in XPW. Arguably the biggest match in Big fucking Joe's career. And arguably the biggest match in fucking Drake Younger's career. Because my fucking god is Big Joe taking over everything in 2022. XPW's We Are Not Your Kind, January 21st. And we're going to speak about this, we have fucking billboards in fucking New Jersey that have got fucking Joe and Drake and Necro and Schlatt's face on it in fucking New Jersey. Big Joe's in a fucking billboard in New Jersey, what the fuck? So speaking of other British stuff, Games of Death 3 has been announced, which is May, if I'm going to try and remember this. I'll speak about it later on, I've got the dates. Where are the dates? So many bits of paper. It is May 27th and May 28th, 3 shows over 2 days. And also, the Rise NHB weekend is now fucking sold out. I'll be there all 3 days. If you're there, grab a beer. But if you want tickets and you're watching this, you don't have them, you're fucking shout of luck. But don't fucking buy them off some of those scammer cunts that you're getting on all these fucking deathmatch pages in the UK now. People supposedly selling like 4 or 5 tickets and shit. Fuck you! Fucking try and scam some other cunts, idiots. Anyway, sold out. Speaking as well, we have also got Sakuda is going to be in the US in January, so he is going to be in RPW, NHB and H2O. 3 shows, 20th, 21st, 22nd of January, so Sakuda's going to be there, holy shit. Also, I literally just watched this about 15 seconds before I started recording, was Drew Parker retained his title against motherfucking Jun Kasai, and Freedoms and Jun Kasai present Merry fucking Bloody Christmas. I don't think they say fucking, but whatever. Awesome match. My god, like, fucking Northern Lights suplexes through sheets of glass, big top rope, Canadian Destroyer, Tiger pile drivers through like razor blade boards off the top. Fucking massive sentons by Drew Parker, just a cross of light tubes in the corner. It was beautiful, amazing violence. Drew Parker has beaten Takeda and Jun Kasai in the last like couple of weeks, and he's the Freedom's fucking world champion. It is insane. It is fucking insane for the age of that guy, coming from the UK and just dominate. Like, he is arguably the best deathmatch wrestler in the fucking world at the minute. But that match as well, like, my god, panes of glass, light tubes, everything. And in the end, after a big top rope senton, Drew Parker wins. And I will say this as well, like, I don't speak Japanese, but I sit there and watch all the promos that they cut after the matches. They're both sitting there absolutely covered in blood, talking in Japanese on the mic, and I sit there and, like, with a smile on my face. And I love it when, like, they've got the mics and you can hear them, like, and all the broken glass and the sound of it. It's fucking, oh, it's art. Not that Darwin might say so, but hey ho. And Mayor's as well to say, Jun Kasai was also against Masashi Takeda on Freedoms. I think it's Sprint for Freedoms the show was called. This was on like New Year's Day or the 3rd of January or something. A couple of days ago now. It was Takeda against Jun Kasai, 1-on-1, no tubes. But we had gusset plates, we had skewers, and I just sat there with my, just a grin on my face the entire match. It only went about 10 minutes. The big board of forks. Also we had a fucking razor blade boards. It was just beautiful, and I'm almost certain, I only watched this match like yesterday, certain that Takeda beats Kasai in that one. And another strange thing is Ultraviolent Underground from CZW is back, kind of branding itself as a sort of separate entity from CZW, even though CZW is still running the Tournament of Death and things like that. And to speak for something that obviously Kevin Gill left GCW for, still to most of us unknown reasons, Kevin Gill is either going to be the ring announcer or the fucking commentator for Ultraviolent Underground, holy shit. And lastly, before we hit into the fucking intro, I think that it looks as if that the PFX 14 show in Worcester, Massachusetts was Struggles' last commentary shot for... And it looks like that Struggles is almost done, who knows, with NHB, and the way he was speaking on commentary and the things that they've posted on social media and things like that, that Struggles more or less done, who knows, with NHB, that Pit Fighter 14 in Worcester, Massachusetts might have been his last show, so fuck knows what's going on here. Kevin Gill's in CZW, Struggles might be leaving NHB, who fucking knows. Anyway, this is the end of 2022 reviews. Hit the fucking intro. Let's go. Kicking off the reviews with ICW Nodes Bar 38, the Ultraviolent Vortex Mystery Show from the H2O Centre on the 16th of fucking December. This was the show where we had motherfucking Abdullah Kobayashi, and another fucking shout out for Deathmatch Worldwide, sponsors of this channel, who have this lovely fucking t-shirt for sale. You can now buy fucking Abdullah Kobayashi merchandise in fucking America through Deathmatch Worldwide. So fuck yes for that. Anyway, so this was like a mystery show, a lot of like H2O guys involved. So the first match we had Akira against Marcus Mathers. Obviously Akira's going to open the show. This was very, very good. I think, first time, no, I think they wrestled each other before. I remember this match as being very, very brutal, very hard hitting, lots of fucking chops, kicked him through the brawling outside, chairs, fucking all sorts of shit. In the end, Akira did win. I think he won with his sort of like death penalty thing. In the end, my mind is almost blank for the fucking shows I've watched for this match. But I remember it being good. Both these guys are excellent. Then we got one called Manders, who's the H2O heavyweight champion, came out. I think he was going to put his belt on the line. And motherfucking WCW and WWA, let's not forget legend Crowbar, came out and wrestled Manders. For me, personally, this match was good. I felt it just went a little bit too long. Obviously, Crowbar has this reputation of hating deathmatch wrestling, things like that. We didn't get any tubes or anything in this one. There's just running into the chains. All the stuff's to do with like Crowbar doesn't get the chains, and he's new to the chains and things like that. Fisherman suplexes with chairs on Manders' back through doors. Lariats, just kicks, just a lot of rest holds. I would say, like I say, this match for me went a little bit too long. Not saying both guys can't go. Both guys are still fucking excellent, but for me, I wish the match we can cut 5 minutes off or whatever. In the end, Manders did beat Crowbar. As for the H2O title, I don't think Crowbar's going to win. With his big running bulldog power slam through a door in the corner. And won. In the end, I think both guys put each other over. Shake hands and whatnot. Then we got a match. A lot of these matches, Jesus Christ, this match is even longer, but didn't feel as long. Which was Orn Vite against Declan Grant. The Wizard King against the Grimy Bastard. This was great. A lot of this was just like Orn Vite just beating the shit out of Declan Grant with tubes, kicking the fuck at him, giving him big suplexes and whatnot. And my god, the big spot in this match was Orn Vite. So outside in the H2 floor, which is just solid concrete. There's no mats, there's no padding, it's not wooden floor, it's just concrete. And there's a pane of glass set between two chairs, and from in the ring, Orn Vite gave fucking Declan Grant a Death Valley driver over the ropes through a fucking pane of glass to the floor. I was like, holy shit. That wasn't even the finish. But in the end, I believe it was with the what's it called? Fucking the Sick Nick Mondo's finish. The name fucking escapes me. I think he gave it to Declan Grant, and he fucking won that match. I didn't expect Declan Grant to win, but I mean, he did fucking great taking that fucking. He was bleeding like fuck. He can fucking deathmatch. Verb deathmatch. Then we got two Detroit boys, which is Tommy Vendetta against Malcolm Monroe III. We had a spot with them like sitting on chairs, and they were going to have a slap fight like they do at that Deep South promotion, which have just announced. I think they're announcing their Carnage Cup, which might be entertaining to watch whenever that is. Future editing me, put up whenever the Carnage Cup is. So we had slaps, all sorts of shit. I think we had Legos, maybe we didn't have Legos. As I'm saying, this is a while since I watched this show. Tommy Vendetta did beat MM3 in this match. It was okay. And then the next match we got, which is, you're never going to get a bad match between these two guys. Christian Ross and Chris Bradley. We had this sort of carpet strip cane bat things beating the fuck out of each other. We had chairs. We had fucking Chris Bradley was like hanging upside down on the chains in the corner like a tree of woe with tubes over him. Christian Ross has hurled a fucking chair at his face. I was like, Jesus Christ. In the end, I think Chris Bradley was going to beat the fuck out of Christian Ross's head with a chair again, which is always like, his head is just made of fucking titanium. Like I said to various different people, I want to see Christian Ross against Chris Bradley. Christian Ross against Matthew Justice. Their names are so similar in my brain to say them so quick. Against Matthew Justice against Christian Ross, just beat the fuck each other with chairs. Bring it fucking on. So for this match, Christian Ross did win. He gave him like a sort of running DVD through like a door set up like on the middle chain, Brett's chain, and then he beat him. So I think that's them now 1-1 at this stage, or maybe this is 2-1 to Christian Ross at this point. Then they got Danny DeManto against Louis Ramos. DeManto's with mittens, Ramos is with Low Life Louis. We had cracker bats. There was cup cans, there was tubes, there was all sorts of shit. This match was great. Fun for all the family. Louis Ramos screaming like fuck, selling his ass off. DeManto just beating the shit out of him. DeManto taking his fair share of abuse as well. Mittens and Louis Jr. running in, blasting the two guys with tubes. Great fucking match. The main point of this is Danny DeManto does win, I believe, with the top rope elbow drop. Like I'm saying with this show, I remember a lot more about the other shows. I only watched this once live. My brain eludes me, but thanks to Cage Match, I do have some results. So, the main event, Danny DeManto beats Louis Ramos and then basically puts him over and says his first death match was against Louis. He thanks Louis for like being a legend in deathmatch wrestling. Tells Louis, please come fucking back. Brilliant, emotional moment. And then I think John Wayne Murdoch ran out and said that everybody was a cunt and ran away, I think. Then we move on to the main event, which was arguably one of my favourite matches of that entire weekend. Abdullah Kobayashi, he obviously knew he was going to be the main event, didn't know who his partner was going to be. So first of all, Casanova Valentine comes out, so you think it's going to be one-on-one with him and Cass. Then John Wayne Murdoch comes out, and you're like, okay, three-way. Then motherfucking Matt Tremont comes out, so you've got a fucking four-way, ultra-violent light tube death match. John Wayne Murdoch's on the mic, basically saying, everybody, fuck you, fuck Cass, fuck Matt Tremont, fuck you, Abdullah Kobayashi. Kobayashi takes the microphone, calls him a cocksucker. Everybody attacks John Wayne Murdoch. And just please, anybody watching this, go on IWTV TV and watch this fucking match. It is insane. The amount of just light tubes and abuse and just outside the ring. Tremont blasts Casanova with a big light tube fan. John Wayne Murdoch and Kobayashi are hurling huge fucking light tubes at each other's faces and heads. They're in the ring. Kobayashi's giving everybody fucking headbutts. There's like a barbed wire door thing I think Tremont gets put through. Casanova Valentine and John Wayne Murdoch put tubes in the front and the back of Kobayashi, run at both of them, burst all the light tubes. Holy fuck, it was insane. Like, I can't do this match justice talking about it. A bloody, brutal... There was a bit where fucking light tubes got set on fire. John Wayne Murdoch had flaming light tubes and blasted Tremont in the head with them. In the end, fucking Kobayashi wins. I think he gets the pin on John Wayne Murdoch, and then afterwards he's like got his phone out and he records everything. And he's basically like, thank you everybody, blah blah blah. And he's like, Just, awe-inspiring, amazing deathmatch legend like Abdullah Kobayashi, maybe his last time ever in the United States. Great, brilliant. I mean, that match, 100% worth your fucking $10 a month just for that. And then I'd go Ornvite, Declan Grant, and Christian Ross against Chris Bradley were the best matches on that card. So that was Ultraviolent, I keep wanting to call it Ultraviolent Vortex. That was Ultraviolent Vortex. What's the last one called? Maybe it was called Ultraviolent. Or was it called Mystery Ultraviolent Vortex? Fuck knows. Anyway, that was NHB 38. Then we move on to the night after, which was NHB 39 in the Hart Ballroom, New Jersey, for ICW's 39. Which had the main event of main events, with all the emotion and all the drama, and so we will get to that right fucking now. So, back in the Hart Ballroom, New Jersey's, or New York's favourite deathmatch venue. So to start off with this one, obviously we have Akira. It was against Bobby Beverly, and I was like, come on, motherfucking Bev. Some TOD chants as well. So, for this one, now, we had various different people on commentary, and it's either Struggles was on it, Tommy Vendetta was on it, Jack Solomon was on it, and a guy called Rafe Gulman. I think either Jack Solomon or Rafe Gulman were some of the guys who were on commentary for like a majority of the show, and I think it was awesome to hear them. I thought they were pretty good, whichever one it was, and I'm trying to remember. I don't think they might have mentioned their name like once, that sort of thing. Anyway, Akira, Bobby Beverly, Bev attacks Akira at the start with fucking light tubes. There's lots of like push into the chains, German suplexes. One with fucking landed on Bev's fucking head. Akira's going to do the big spot where he jumps off the top with the light tubes like behind his back. And Bev rolls at the ring and he just throws the fucking bundle from the top to Bev's face. It's like, Jesus Christ, there's sidos, suplexes and kicks and light tube bundles. This match was really good. Bev getting those Akira bullet things like hammered into his forehead. And then I think it was in the end again, fucking Akira, who they keep pushing to the moon. And I mean, he had that fucking title shot against Casey and he got beat by Cruel in like 2 minutes, so I don't get it. Anyway, Akira beats like my favourite fucking wrestler in America with the death penalty. Beats Bobby Beverly. I was like, oh, boo, but whatever. Pushing Akira to the moon. Then we got a strange match. Doctor from motherfucking Redacted, who is over as fuck. He has now got t-shirts on motherfucking Deathmatch Worldwide. I think I said that last time. He was against Orton Vite. And I almost certainly a first time meeting between these two. Just various spots from this. They were like outside and they had the trash can on Dr. Redacted's head, brawling around in the crowd, hitting each other with chairs. There was fucking Redacted got the trash can on his head and dove onto two things. Basically nearly missed Orton Vite. He does have a trash can on his head. The sort of reverse of what Sexy Eddie used to do, put the trash can on, did a sort of senton flip where Eddie used to do the moonsault. Scary fucking bump, he does it all the time and it's like, Jesus Christ, like it's a spectacle to look at though. Dr. Redacted is awesome. We had a fucking Weed Whacker spot, we had one of them in GCW as well. I don't know if it's just me or if I think that these Weed Whacker spots should be reserved for... It's a difficult one to say, because it could be said the same for any deathmatch weapon. For matches with like more meaning or title matches or anything, but I think when they get brought out in like matches like second match in the card and you've got a Weed Whacker, I think it kind of spoils the allure of a Weed Whacker spot, if that makes any sense. Like they did it in GCW as well, but that was at least a tag title match. But I don't know, they had a Weed Whacker spot, I wasn't fond of that. Then we also had bits where they had the chairs sitting like upside down, legs up. Fucking, I think Dr. Redacted ran, done a big sort of senton running thing to Orton Vite sitting in the corner, moved, went his back, went right to the chairs, like, oh my god. Orton Vite picked him up again, hurled him into the chairs, back bent the fucking leg, like the bars keeping the legs together. The chair was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And in the end, Dr. Redacted did beat Orton Vite with, I think it was like a top rope frog splash with some light tubes on top of Orton. Very good match. I did not expect Dr. Redacted to win that, but he is over like fuck in ICW Old Bard, and he's fucking excellent. He's a crazy, crazy fucking character, as we'll see on the next show, with his Sabu tribute. Anyway, then we got motherfucking a different boy, Jimmy Lloyd, GCW long time regular Jimmy Lloyd. Used to be an ICW Old Bard many, many moons ago. And he was against Danny DeManto. So we had tubes straight to the head, light tube battles. We had fucking, there was boards with light tubes. Danny DeManto got hurled into a big board covered in light tubes. We had a big fucking elbow drop from Danny DeManto into Jimmy Lloyd with a barbed wire board. Danny DeManto brought a board of scissors, which is obviously Jimmy's sort of kryptonite, as he nearly got one through his throat. Twice, I think. One was with Takeda at that Joey Janela Spring Break. And the other one was, I believe, at Tournament of Survival 4, I'd like to say. Maybe 4, maybe slightly before then. Anyway, he's had it twice anyway. Jimmy Lloyd's had these horrible things with scissors. But the scissors are Danny DeManto's undoing, as Jimmy Lloyd puts them on Danny DeManto's back, blasts them with a chair, and then covers DeManto, and Jimmy Lloyd wins. In the end, I am right with that finish. Yes, I am. Then afterwards, probably the most noteworthy thing was Danny DeManto comes on the mic, basically says, Jimmy Lloyd, you're amazing. He says, start 2023, he's like, I let my emotions get the best of me. I don't think with my brain. A lot of the time I say what instead of thinking about things. He's like, I don't have any heat with XPW. I don't have any heat with GCW. Deathmatch wrestling, we're all in this together. Which is a sentiment I fucking love, because deathmatch wrestling is the most important thing. And a lot of people who are involved in deathmatch wrestling, my life and a lot of people watching this life, deathmatch wrestling is one of the most important things. And we want everybody to work together to have the best death matches possible. And basically put Jimmy Lloyd over, saying you're one of the best in the fucking world. So it was great. Good. Enough of this deathmatch war shite. Let's get to putting on the best fucking matches we possibly can. Then we got fucking Hoodfoot. Was against Abdullah Kobayashi. Amazing for Hoodfoot. So happy for Hoodfoot to get this match. It was great. We had light tubes, hurling light tubes at each other. Fucking Kobayashi like accidentally like dropped and destroyed an entire box of tubes. Fucking just chops, punches, headbutts, brutal headbutts, blasting each other with light tubes. Fucking Hoodfoot got a Kenzan fucking stabbed into his head, Kobayashi style, a big fucking gold Kenzan. I think they sold it in one of the merchandise things. I have missed so many of the merchandise things because now with my job I'm up like an hour earlier, and those shows start at like 1 in the morning, and I've got to get up at like 5:30, 6. So it's like if I stay up for the whole show and it finishes around 4 AM, I get like 2 hours sleep. So now I'm just like, I'll try and get the posters next time. So that's where I did get this one for 32, which I always wanted to get because it's obviously got Darko and Joe. One of the best shows of all year, and I will go on to speak about that in a little while, because I'm going to be going over in either Sunday or Monday, recorded one of the nights or edited one of the nights, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, one of those days. I'm going to be putting up my favourite matches, federations, wrestlers, spots, blah 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 of the year of 2022. Top 5s or top 10s, or they might not even be ordered, but just my favourites of last year in a sort of shorter video, like maybe, I don't know, half hour to an hour video. I say short, fucking hell. That'll be the very start of next week pretty much. Anyway, Abdullah Kobayashi against Hoodfoot. He gets a Kenzan pounded in his fucking head. It's still in there for the entirety of the rest of the match. He gets battered with a massive light tube fan on top of the Kenzan. They are both bloody fucking messes. Hoodfoot puts light tubes on top of Kobayashi, goes to the very top. It's a beautiful fucking elbow drop onto Kobayashi through the tubes and wins. 1, 2, 3. Hoodfoot beat Abdullah Kobayashi. Beautiful match for Hoodfoot, only being in deathmatch as long as he has. He has given his blood and his flesh, the amount of injuries and cuts that man's had for deathmatch wrestling. Really deserved this, really happy for him. And then Kobayashi gives Hoodfoot his t-shirt, and then they're like bowing to each other on the ring, give each other a hug, and it was awesome. Really, really fucking good. In my humble opinion, I obviously know that Kasai, Brandon Kirk's the bigger marquee match for ICW No Holds Barred as a sort of like storyline perspective and the title and everything. But for me, the only difference I would have made for Hoodfoot versus Kobayashi, and it was brilliant, fantastic, is I would have made that match the main event and had it 200 light tubes around the ring. And but whatever, that's just my personal opinion. It was beautiful and brilliant for what it was. Then we move on to motherfucking Matt Tremont against Tommy Vendetta. Great. Seeing Tommy sitting and kneeling in the ring waiting for Tremont to come out. Tremont's music hits the Tremont pop. And we're going to see Tremont actually has had different music a couple of times in GCW and in H2O. Anyway, so Tremont comes out, we get a very good match, we get Legos, we get Tremont's just The amount of fucking charisma, he is the best he has ever been in his career, and his career has been fantastic. Tubes, tube crutches, splashes with tubes by Tremont, fucking just, the tubes put down Tremont's back as he's sitting on the Brett's chain. Fucking Tommy Vendetta runs, there's a big scent on it and all the tubes in his back, fucking brilliant stuff. Them both sitting there hitting each other in the fucking faces with Legos, having a light tube battle, blasting each other in the forehead. Great fucking shit. Big Death Valley drivers into light tubes. Tremont wins with a fucking package pile driver onto a trash can that was used in like every single match. So Struggles mentioned that as well. But like it was in every single match, this trash can. The same one that was on Dr. Dacton's head was in the finish for this match. Tremont beats Tommy Vendetta. Great fucking match, excellent. Puts over Tommy Vendetta at the end and then cuts. For me and for my money, I know there's a lot of good fucking talkers in wrestling. A lot of good people who can do promos. And in my humble opinion, the best in the world is Matt Tremont. He's sitting there on a chair, Danny DeManto comes out and he's basically screaming and fucking shouting into the hard cam. Shouting his fucking head off, screaming about deathmatch wrestling and Tommy Vendetta. And he's the best in the fucking world, he's the best in the fucking business, blah blah blah. And he's on his fucking knees shouting and screaming and he calls out Sammy fucking Callahan to come to the fucking chains to fight fucking Matt Tremont. I was like, holy fuck. What a fucking promo it was. Excellent, excellent fucking promo. A lot of people were saying that maybe they were in the crowd and they were saying that they couldn't see what he was saying for the PA or on IWTV. I could make it fucking every word of it and I watched it live, so who knows. Anyway, that match was insane. Tremont's fucking excellent. Tommy Vendetta's great as well. And then we move on to the semi-main event. The semi-main event was an Aces Up deathmatch between two former champions, Eric Ryan, the king of the motherfucking death matches, and the Duke of Hardcore, the Kings Road Wrestling Wrestler of the Year. John Murdoch comes out with his plaque and he's got a Kings Road Wrestling t-shirt on, being a cunt as always, from from Rob Black's back pocket and Ian Rotten's and GCW's penthouse and everything. So basically this match is like the mirror opposite, aside from length obviously, as the Eric Ryan, John Wayne Murdoch Iron Man death match they had at the Deathmatch Horror Story, which was last year. No, 2 years ago now, we're in 2023. My god, time just flies by in deathmatch wrestling. That's what I was going to say actually, for going over that shit. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do like my top matches and shows of the year. And I was like, holy fuck, like TO fucking S was only in like fucking June. It was only 6 months ago and it feels like it was about 4 years ago there's been that many fucking shows. Anyway, so basically this is like the mirror opposite of that, where during that Iron Man match, John Wayne Murdoch's the face. He's in the ring wanting to get wrestling. Eric Ryan's the heel. He's outside the ring, wasting time, going around, no one to get in the ring. Whereas this time, Murdoch's the heel, Eric Ryan's the somewhat face. And John Wayne Murdoch doesn't want to get in the ring. He goes away, he gets the mic, says, fuck you, I'm not wrestling. Oh, you people call me cocksuckers, fuck you, blah blah blah. And then basically Eric Ryan takes tubes, runs, big running, fucking diving, suicide dive with tubes into Murdoch. We get the match started. I would say for some reason they get like dog collars on and it becomes like a dog collar death match. There's lots of light tube bundles. I would say for me, this match was a pretty predominant like squash match. It felt that way anyway. It felt like that 95% of the offense was all done by John Wayne Murdoch. Like Eric Ryan was hurled into tubes and blasted with tubes and thrown into the chains, and it was like John Wayne Murdoch like beat shit out of Eric Ryan in this match. And then I think Eric Ryan got a couple of spots in, he nearly got the snuff stomp in, he thought that was going to be over. Oh yeah, the purpose of this match was basically the winner, they didn't know this on commentary, which I didn't understand, the winner was meant to fight John Wayne Murdoch, which does happen. The winner gets to fight John Wayne Murdoch, the loser gets to fight Sadika at NHB 40. However, they've completely changed that. The winner does get to fight Brandon Kirk, but the loser, now in my opinion, is getting to fight in a much better match. But we'll go and speak about NHB 40 when we get to it. Anyway, so basically John Wayne Murdoch gives Eric Ryan a brainbuster onto his plaque that he got from Kings Road Wrestling and wins, and John Wayne Murdoch wins that match. I was like, oh, fair enough. And then we move on to the main event. Husband against wife for the title. There's a love triangle with Cruel, who is now injured and is now off the NHB UK shows. Boo. But obviously he needs to get fucking better and he's fucking got a separated fucking injured shoulder. And he will be back fucking soon. He will not be back in fucking MLW soon, because we're going to speak about that as well. But fucking love Cruel, one of the best fucking performers and wrestlers of the entire year last year. Hopefully it gets better soon and we get to see him in the UK here at some point. But anyway, for this match we had Casey comes out in like a wedding dress gear. I thought she was going to end up red like fucking Carrie by the end of it, but she was bleeding, but not as carified as I thought. So basically Casey comes out in a wedding dress with a veil. She comes out there in the ring. Cruel's music hits. Oh, it's a big switcheroo. Casey tries to roll up Brandon Kirk for the start. Basically Casey's like blasting Kirk with like tubes, and then anytime Kirk sort of gets like one up on her, she's like starts crying and everything. He doesn't want to hurt her, and doesn't want to hit her, and then she tries to roll him up again and shit like that. Brilliant. This match was storytelling at its best. No, great. In the end, this was brutal fucking light tube bundles and everything. The emotion was fucking great. We had the ring crew and everything. Casey got the ring crew and everything to tear away the padding and the canvas, and it's just bare boards. And we've got a door with chairs, and then another door with tubes, and they're up on the top. And then I think Casey's going to do something to Brandon, and then Brandon reverses it, hits her with tubes or something, hits the kisses her, hits the cycle driver, fuck your life, threw all the shit into the ring. Brandon Kirk, 1, 2, 3, wins the fucking American Deathmatch title. The end of a story, which I assume was going to go longer, but obviously Cruel got hurt, it's nobody's fault. I mean, it'll probably come back to the point where I think later on, once Cruel's healthy, he will come back and challenge Brandon Kirk for that title. And maybe it's all a ruse with Casey. She's going to turn on Brandon and help Cruel win the belt down the line. This is all fantasy booking in my head because I enjoyed this fucking storyline so much. But anyway, Brandon Kirk's the fucking American Deathmatch champion. The run of Casey fucking is now finished. An excellent fucking run of shows and beating fucking everybody. Beat Ryan, beat Murdoch, beat Brandon, beat Joe Bateman, beat fucking everyone. Beautiful little crescendo to end off the year. Great, fucking excellent. And they both embrace in the ring, kiss each other. Casey puts him over, and they're back to she is now a Kirk once again as opposed to Castell. Great. Good fucking times. Two great fucking shows from ICW No Holds Barred. I'd say 39 was better than 38. But I'd say 38 had the better main event match. That's just for my love of people hurling light tubes at each other's faces for like 10 minutes straight. Then we move on to ICW No Holds Barred's Pit Fighter X14. It's the 29th of December in Worcester, Massachusetts. This was part of like IWTV's weekend of wrestling things. I think there was like Progress show and there was other shows, and this show was like on at like 11 o'clock at night, so it was like 4 or 5 in the morning for us in the UK. Anyway, we got Akira versus Alec Price. Alec Price's debut in ICW No Holds Barred. This match is fucking good. Alec Price very, very over because they're in obviously Massachusetts. I think that's where he's from. I think he's from Massachusetts. In the end, Akira does win with the death penalty. Who would have thought? But I did think that the cage was looking a bit sugly, is a word we'd use in Scotland. They're looking a bit sugly, a wee bit bockety, Ken. But hey ho. Akira does beat Alec Price. This match was pretty good. There's a bit where like somebody in the crowd like said something or something, and he called them pussies, and like both guys like stopped what they were doing and were like "fuck you," and I was like, all right, calm down. Anyway. Then we got another match between Chris Bradley and Christian Ross. This is number 4. Brutal match in a cage, beating the shit out of each other, and in the end, just fuck me. Chris Bradley blasted Christian Ross over the head with a chair. The chair's round his neck, and then he got another chair and just continued to smash the fucking shit out of his head and the chair about 3 or 4 times. Then the ref called it, and Chris Bradley wins. I was like, holy fuck. So now we are 2-2 between Bradley and Christian Ross, and I believe we have one match probably remaining for NHB 40, and I believe it could be that match, unless they won't save it for another show. Anyway, then we got Hoodfoot, who was meant to be against Casey Kirk on this show, but I think Casey's taken a little break to heal her injuries because she's been like going motherfucking non-stop doing death matches. Even since before she won the title, so she's taking a break for that. So instead, Hoodfoot's motherfucking opponent was Jimmy fucking Lloyd. I was like, what the fuck? Hoodfoot against Jimmy Lloyd was an excellent little match. Hoodfoot does beat Jimmy Lloyd in the end. Saying for a lot of these Pit Fighter matches, is me trying to fucking remember this. I just watched this the morning after. Then we got motherfucking Casanova Valentine against Dr. Redacted. I really fucking enjoyed this. Cass got fucking skewers put in his face and stabbed in his face. Redacted did this big fucking trash can dive thing from the cage to like the outside. They were brawling in the crowd. My favourite spot was, so a lot of the times Redacted like just comes over to Struggles and takes the headset off him and starts berating Struggles on like commentary. Struggles is in the middle. Casanova Valentine and Dr. Redacted are standing above him with headsets on, saying, Struggles, you fucking tell him to fucking blah blah blah. You know, Struggles, you fucking tell him. Struggles is sitting there like, oh my god, that was funny. I enjoyed that. That was like my favourite spot of the match. In the end, Casanova did win. I think he did his like sit out finish, or maybe like a side one like into like a door or something like that. Casanova beat Dr. Redacted, which I was quite shocked at, to be honest, the way that they were kind of putting Redacted over. But hey ho, he's Casanova fucking Valentine. Then we got Masha Slamovich defending her ETU, which is Struggles promotion, Key to the East title. Masha Slamovich as well. I think it was like in a top wrestlers PWI or some fucking wrestling awards thing, was like voted the 10th like best wrestler in the world. I was like, holy shit. She's against Danny Demanto. This was fucking a very good match. I did not expect Danny to beat Masha Slamovich, but main thing at the end was Masha Slamovich was put in a body bag. I remember Danny Demanto was like going around the ring chanting USA, USA, and like as a heel, it was quite bizarre against the Russian Masha Slamovich. Put her in a body bag, zipped up the body bag, gave her the sort of running Demanto driver thing, and then she kicked out at the end. She beat Danny Demanto, but that match was fucking excellent. Fun match. And then we got a match which I thought was going to be like match of the night, but it was over very, very quickly. It was motherfucking Slade was against John Wayne Murdoch. We had gusset plates poured into the ring. Slade took a suplex on the gusset plates pounded into Slade's head, I think, and arms, pounded into John Murdoch's head and arms. And then like very, very quickly, after only like maybe 5 minutes or something, John Wayne Murdoch hit like the his brainbuster finish onto the gusset plates and pinned Slade and won, and then ran away. I was like, holy shit, like it was over like next to nothing. I was like, wait, what? But hey ho. Anyway, and then we moved on to the main event of the evening for the American Deathmatch Championship, which is motherfucking Brandon Kirk against Matt fucking Tremont. And so the main event between Matt Tremont and Brandon Kirk, we had both of them sitting there, lots of Matt Tremont playing up to the crowd and everything, and this was just, my god. These two have obviously had lots and lots of matches in the past, and a lot of them would be very one-sided, and like Matt Tremont fucking like losing in the end. But in this, like Matt Tremont's fucking bleeding, and we've got forks and stabbing each other, and Brandon Kirk's in the very top, and it just Tremont. Like I said this in like the last fucking reviews, is just so fucking charismatic and good. He's just like in this last year, he's so like rejuvenated. He's like better than he's ever been. Like on the mic, promos, characters, they're fucking doing like wrestling rolls and flips and shit. I was like, what the fuck is going on? In this as well, I'm pretty sure there was like a trash can and chairs and fucking all sorts of fucking shit. But in the end, Brandon Kirk did beat Matt Tremont. There was one point where I thought, holy shit, is Tremont going to win the belt? But he didn't win the belt. Brandon Kirk won, and at the end, obviously, Tremont puts him over as well. Excellent little show for PFX. Some people aren't that fond of the Pit Fighter shows. I think they're alright. And this little sort of spot on like a sort of wider show, they're not too bad. They're like a good opening for like a weekend of shows as well. Anyway, that was ICW No Holds Barred, last couple of shows. Always, like I say, they're the best deathmatch company in America. Love them. Check out all these shows, definitely. 39 is excellent. 38 is some very, very good matches, especially the main event. Fuck yeah. Then we move on to GCW, as I lower the tone ever so slightly. For their To Infinity, this was the show on December 31st. At the Showboat in Atlantic City, a lot of people were like, oh yeah, like even for this and the next night, they're like, well, the crowd's quite small, eh? Like, it's fucking New Year's Eve! Who in their right mind, even anywhere in the world, is like, oh yeah, New Year's Eve, let's go to a wrestling show? The crowd's okay, the crowd's pretty good for a fucking New Year's Eve show. So people are out having big massive house parties and with all their family and going fucking mental and everything. They're normally not at a wrestling show, even for the wrestlers, not on New Year's Eve. So, you know, fair play to GCW for pulling such a big crowd for that. People are fucking dumb. Anyway, so this show, First of all, to say for this was far too long. It took so much time. Like, how many matches? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 matches, and only 11 of them I could watch because El Hijo del Vikingo, or Vikingo, whatever. Anyway, a big star from AAA who's now been in GCW, wrestled Blake Christian, I believe, at the LA show last. But because of his contract with AAA, his matches can't be shown on streaming services or pay-per-view or anything. So if he's on a show, it's only the live crowd gets to see it. So whenever his match is, it's just like a blank screen, like, you know, when they go to the intermission or whatever. So it's like, well, what's the point in bringing him in? Even if he is one of the best in the world, like, what's the point? Anyway, so we open with the East Coast Express, Jordan Oliver, Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne was on AEW just on Wednesday, just past there. Darby Allin won the TNT title. I don't watch AEW really. And then basically called him into the ring and he done a little pose with Sting and Darby Allin, so that's pretty cool. Basically said once you graduate high school, because Nick Wayne's still only like fucking like 17 years old, he's like, you get a shot at this fucking belt, so that's pretty cool. So they were against Wasted Youth, Dylan McKay and Mark Smathers. This match was okay. Move. Kicks, Canadians Destroyers, 450 splashes, all this shit, all amazing. Love it. But just make these matches tornado tags, like, please just say that. I mean, I know I'm not a stickler for the rules, but like, when you watch these matches, it's like, I don't mind if they're like trios matches or whatever, there's no DQ, doesn't matter, who cares, get everybody in the ring. But if they're just normal tag matches, what is the fucking point? The ref just sort of wanders around going, and you're like, well, what's the point? Like, what are they doing? Like, it must be such a horrible job being a ref for these matches, because like they're not counting anything, they're not doing any rope breaks, they're not doing anything. They're just gonna have to stand there and then pretend to be invested until they get to the pinfalls. But anyway, this match was good. Jordan Oliver and Nick Wayne did win. It was okay, but like it's for one of the things I've said this to like one of my friends yesterday. For these matches, they're like opening matches, or just like, not say pointless, but exhibition matches, let's say, and they go 20 minutes. There's 8,000 moves. There's 150 near falls. You're like, 1, 2, oh, and you're like, it's the opening match. Like, what are you doing? Like, we don't need like a 7,000 fucking near falls in a fucking opening match. It's ridiculous. Anyway. Then we got heel fucking Kerry Morton, who's the NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, against Jimmy Lloyd. I enjoyed this. Kerry Morton's fucking great. Obviously his dad's fucking Ricky fucking Morton. Kerry Morton's fucking excellent. He beat Jimmy Lloyd. Heel Kerry Morton is okay with me. But I never thought I'd say that. Then we got Effie against Blake Christian, which is another match which is pretty good, but it was just another match that was just kind of, you know what I mean? Like, just kind of there. It's just another match that just happened for the sake of a match, which is fine. But Effie's excellent, Blake Christian's very, very good. I'm so happy that Blake Christian has been booed so relentlessly by the Atlantic City faithful that they've now made him into actually have a character, which is excellent. So Effie ends up beating Blake Christian. I think it was with some sort of roll-up? I don't think it was with a Rough Rider or anything. But Effie did beat Blake Christian. Blake Christian was like, thank, and I'm pretty sure he might have put Effie over in the end. Referee. Anyway, Blake Christian loses. Then we got Leon motherfucking Slater, who is a UK fucking wrestler, mainstay of TNT, Rise, fucking North Wrestling. He's fucking everywhere in the UK. Excellent, very, very fucking talented, fucking technical, high-flying fucking wrestler from the UK. Against fucking Tony Deppen. It's insane to see Leon Slater there. Very, very fucking happy for him as well. And this was one of the best fucking matches, unsurprisingly, based on the talent of Leon Slater, and he's against Tony fucking Deppen. In this, it was more or less just like, I think it was like, I think this was the match where they were more or less going, no, that was next night. Tony Deppen in the end wins with like running knees and kicking Leon Slater's face, like heads in the thing, kicks his face, running knees, and in the end Tony Deppen does end up winning. And I was like, fuck's sake. But he's against Tony Deppen. But it was really, really good to see Leon Slater there in GCW in the showboat. Good fucking times. Then we got Maki Ito against Ali Catch. Maki Ito's very, very fucking over. Very big with, like, there's a thing to do with her and Nick Gage, and she's an MDK, and Gage is out, and Maki Ito comes out, and they're pizza cars and gang signs and all this shit. So Maki Ito's like, was on like Nick Gage's back, and they're like running around. It's bizarre, but like, she's like, MDK is just going to lead to a match between her and Gage. Is she going to be tagging with Nick Gage? I don't really know what's going on, but she is fucking over, and she's excellent, singing on the mic and everything. Anyway, Ali Catch comes out. We get a very good match, I thought, for Ali Catch and Maki Ito. I think this must be the first time they've wrestled each other. Sort of falling, diving headbutts that Maki Ito does, very much like Yuki and Freedom's. Ali Catch doing big running like sentons and everything. In the end, Ali Catch gets pizza cuttered. She's bleeding everywhere. Maki Ito gets a light tube and blasts her in the fucking head, and Maki Ito hits her finish, which I think is some sort of like leaping DDT thing on Ali Catch, and Maki Ito wins. I was like, holy shit! I genuinely didn't expect her to beat Ali Catch. And then the Maki Ito wins, and then the next match we got was a death match for the GCW tag team titles. But at this point now, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches, and I genuinely thought, like, I was like, oh fuck yeah, Los Macisos against Akira Masha death match. I was like, holy fuck, that must be the main. And I was like, oh no, because I was like, not saying that the matches that came after this were bad, but I was like, I was so burnt out by this point. I was like, what? This is halfway through. People say that fucking XPW runs long. My god! And one of the matches they didn't even fucking show. Anyway, move on to that. What I thought was the main event: Los Macisos against Akira Masha death match for the GCW tag team titles. So we had light tubes, we had panes of glass, we had mini panes of glass. I remember there was a spot where fucking Masha Slamovich got. You thought she was going to get put through a pane of glass, and Miro Extremo hurled her through fucking doors on the outside, right to the outside of the floor. I was like, holy fuck. There's panes of glass, there was little thin panes of glass. Like Masha Slamovich either like, so it was like a hurricane rana or a power bomb into all these sheets of glass. There was light tube battles and people bleeding like fuck. They went to pin Masha Slamovich, Akira did this big diving thing with the tubes onto the guys. I was like, holy shit. This match was really, really fucking good. And in the end, I think Masha Slamovich nearly got pinned at the end. You were like, holy fuck. I think it was like with a 450 or something. And then she kicked out. I was like, oh my god. Or Akira got pinned or something. Masha Slamovich ran in and you thought that was going to be it. And you were like, holy shit, they're going to win the tag belt. I genuinely thought, I was like, they were going to win the tag belts. And then Miro Extremo hit Akira with his sit-out sort of tombstone pile driver thing. And won, and they kept the belts. But a very, very good fucking match. Akira, so fucking good. Masha Slamovich, obviously, in Los Macisos. Great, and I was like, hell fucking yeah. I was like, well, that's GCW finished for tonight, because I was watching this on New Year's Eve. And I was like, well, that's that done. Time for, and then, oh no. I was like, oh Jesus Christ. Then there was a match, and I had no idea, I didn't know what was going on. I went away for a piss, or went and got a beer or something, came back. So it's Cole Radrick, Dark Sheik, and One Cold Manders and Mans Warner against Axton Ray, Rob Shit, who is somebody that Casanova Valentine mentioned on Faces and Feels with Rafe. He mentioned a guy who was like, I stayed at Rob Shit's house, and he's a name that you're going to hear brought up quite a lot. And I now have, because he was in GCW both nights, and he was in XPW's Theatre of Brutality, which we're going to speak about. Rob Shit, Sam Stackhouse, and Shane Mercer. Random 8-man tag thing. I suppose it's better than a scramble. And to be fair to GCW, they didn't have a scramble on this show. Anyway, this match, I don't fucking know what happened. I don't know. Cole Radrick's and Dark Sheik second gear crew apparently won. Who knows? Then we got a very good match. I thought there was a lot of crowd brawling though. Mike Bailey against motherfucking Too Cold Scorpio. Lots of fucking kicks, lots of just fucking brutal fucking just kicks and chops and punches. Scorpio's so fucking good as well. A lot of it like out in the crowd, like brawling around the crowd and kicking and chopping and suplexing each other and shit. It was alright. In the end, Mike Bailey fucking beats Too Cold Scorpio. I was like, holy shit. Then again, this match only went 17 minutes and I was like, my god, when is this show going to be over? Then we got another match which I thought was okay for everybody's like, Starboy Charlie, why is he wearing overalls? I was like, I don't know, maybe it's one that looks like Spike Dudley. Who gives a fuck why he's wearing overalls? He was against Willie fucking Mack, which is pretty good to see fucking Willie Mack. I think this might be his GCW debut, possibly. Willie Mack against Starboy Charlie. Starboy Charlie trying all these moves, trying to chop Willie Mack. He's like, chop him, chop him, chop him. Willie Mack gives him one massive fucking shot. Destroys me. He does it a couple of times. Willie Mack's fucking excellent. This match again went too long, but I'm very happy to see Willie Mack. Massive, beautiful frog splash by Mack to pin Starboy Charlie. Good times. Then we got a motherfucking death match, second one of the night. I was like, my motherfucking god. So we got John Wayne Murdoch against Sawyer Rex. Sawyer Rex in the ring. John Wayne Murdoch comes out, hurls fucking tubes at fucking Sawyer Rex's fucking head. In this, we just got bundles smashed across Sawyer Rex's head. She gets the shit kicked out of her. In this, she also gets beaten in the arm with like a fucking gusset plate bat, bleeding everywhere. The next night, Sawyer Rex in a match, and she still ends up opening these cuts again. She was bleeding like fuck. My god, I cannot fucking remember for me the finish of this match, but it was only like 7 minutes, and I was like, oh, thank you so much, Joey Murdoch and Sawyer Rex. Murdoch does win, I believe, with his brainbuster finish through maybe a pane of glass, something like that. I'm sure there was a pane of glass in this match, but I was just so happy. I was like, oh, thank God for that. Then I believe at some point there was a massive intermission, and this is when El Hijo del Vikingo, whatever his name is, was to beat Joey Janela. I have no interest anyway. And then, so the main event of this show was Yokai, which is Yoya and Janai Kai, were against Billy Starks and Brogan Findlay. I mean, it was like, did they just put them on last because they'd already had their New Year's party bash in GCW and all these people are, I assume, under 21 and they can't drink? I don't fucking know. I like Janai Kai, but like Billy Starks, it nearly fell getting into the ring. It did absolutely nothing for me. It was over very, very quickly, thank God. Just pretty sloppy and whatnot, but I was just like, it's fine, but they're all like young guys, but I mean, it's just, you know, these things happen in matches. Sometimes they're not as good as what you think they're going to be. But I was like, this is the main event of like the last show of the year, supposedly, and I was just like, well, okay, Janai Kai knew you win at the end. I was like, alright, and that was the end of GCW Till Infinity. My god, was it fucking too long. Far too long. Far too long. Too many matches. Too many pointless matches. But if you're going to go out your way to watch anything from that show, I would definitely watch Tony Deppen against Leon Slater, and also watch the two death matches, the tag team match with Cisos against Akira Masha and Johnny Murdoch against Sawyer Rex. Then we move on to GCW's 56 Nights. This was on New Year's Day, and I give all the wrestlers fucking credit for doing this show, because my Christ, would they all be fucking hungover after New Year's? I mean, and then other people were like, oh, this crowd's really small. It's New Year's Day! It's New Year's Day! I wouldn't be going, no matter what they put on, fuck that! Anyway, so first match we had Masha Slamovich beating Cole Radrick, which is a decent match. As you can tell with a lot of the wrestlers in this show, especially in the Battle Royal, you're like, yeah, a lot of people aren't giving 150,000%, and you're like, fucking fine. Because like, fuck wrestling on New Year's Day, so fair play to them all for doing it. Masha beat Cole Radricks in a fairly decent match. Then we got, I would say, the best match of the entire weekend, I'd say, for GCW. Leon Slater against Nick Wayne, and my Christ, the selling of Leon Slater's leg that went into the Battle Royal was excellent. Well fucking done. This match was very, very, very fucking good. I would say, if you're going to watch it, aside from the death matches of these nights, this was the best match by far of both those nights. Nick fucking Wayne against Leon Slater put every other fucker to shame that wasn't doing death matches on those shows. So please watch that. Excellent. Then we got a do or die, so we got a scramble to lead into a do or die rumble. So basically, all these people are into the scramble. The loser is out of the scramble. The winner gets put number 30 in the scramble. Right? And then there's a 30-person rumble match at the end of all this. Jesus Christ. So, Blake Christian, Alec Price, Joey Janela, Jordan Oliver, Tony Depp and Willie Mack. Match was good, but a lot of it was like, a lot of scrambles are like, if they go long, it's like Two guys get in the ring, do their shit, get out of the ring. Two guys get in the ring, do their shit. And then all the other people, they aren't rolling around outside of that, they're just kind of... Which is fine if everybody wants to get their shit in, but it just looks very, very obvious. I would say there's something like that happened in the Rumble match as well. Anyway, so Blake Christian does win, so Joey Janela is out of the Rumble match. And Blake Christian is now number 30, so whatever. Then we got Mac Ito against Billy Starks, Dark Sheik and Sawyer Wreck in a match that I couldn't really care less for. Mac Ito wins in the end, I think, pinning Dark Sheik, I think. Then we got Pondo against Matt Tremont in a death match. This was great, but like Matt Tremont's like selling was like on like Shawn Michaels like 2005 like levels. It was ridiculous. It was fucking brilliant. It was like the best part of the entire show. He's getting sawed by Pondo, stabbed by Pondo, hit with a fucking stop sign. There's like a shopping trolley with like a little like plastic like man thing on it, like a sort of wet floor sign guy on it, and it's got light tubes. That gets ran into fucking Tremont. Tremont has Alex Stretch and another H2O student hold light tubes over Pondo's head and throws a fucking cinder block at his head. I was like, oh my god. I was like, how do you fucking like not get hurt? It's insane. That was crazy. Fucking then like in the ring there was like a bit where Tremont's on the top rope, or like he goes to do something, like Pondo hits him and he like falls over the top rope to the outside and like his leg falls on a trash can and he falls and hits the floor. It was just like it was ridiculous. But it was like I burst out laughing. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know if that was planned or not. It was great. We get the old fucking Pondo spot, which I think most famously everybody knows from one of the first death matches I ever saw. I mean, obviously I saw the barbed wire match. I've talked about this in my Behind the Glass series, a plug for that, which I'm going to be doing another one of them in this coming week. One that was recorded about fucking 5 months ago. I'll be doing that in this coming week with somebody that you might not expect, that you will all love. So anyway, so there's a spot where, so get back to the first DVD I watched of various different death matches. One of these matches is Pondo against Necro Butcher IWA Mid-South, is when Necro, I believe, gets his arm horrendously badly cut and when he takes the trash can bump thing. Anyway, Pondo is sitting there, 2 chairs, a trash can, 2 bundles of tubes in the trash can. Tremont throws Pondo through all this shit into all head first and all that. I was like, oh my god, this memorable spot that used to happen in all these Pondo matches. Pondo breaks a fucking cinder block on Tremont's fucking groin with a sledgehammer. Tremont screaming like this is like, because the crowd's obviously quite quiet because it's New Year's Day and everybody's rough as fuck, and like Tremont's getting stabbed there and he's like fuck, like screaming as loud as he could. It was great. It was fucking great. In the end, there's something happened and Tremont just splashes up the Pondo. 1, 2, 3 wins. Pondo and like Tremont are like having a laugh at each other, smiling and that. Shake hands and everything. Tremont puts over Pondo. Excellent. Please watch that. Matt Tremont's brilliant. Love Matt Tremont. Can't wait to fucking meet him in February. And then we moved on to the main event, the 30-person die rumble thing. So the do or die rumble, I can't be bothered naming everybody who's in this match. Takes too long. Basically, Leon Slater and Jordan Oliver, the first two. Liam Slater's leg's very hurt. They are in the match for motherfucking ages. Main spot stream, remember, lots and lots of sell on the leg. Everybody beats the first 3 are like. It was like Tony Deppen, Blake Christian, and Manders just like beat the fuck out of Leon Slater for ages. Ages and ages, they're just chopping him and beating the fuck out of him. I was like, you leave him alone, you cunts. Anyway, then we move on to the thing. Kerry Morton comes in, he's out the ring for like loads and loads of the match, doesn't get in the ring. He's like standing like beside the hard cam, just while like watching the ring. Eventually gets eliminated. Leon Slater and Jordan Oliver in the match for ages. Jordan Oliver eliminates Nick Wayne. There's lots and lots of this match for people who are, I would use the reference from OSW, Road Dogg in it, which is from Royal Rumble either 99 or 2000, where Road Dogg's just lying beside the ropes, beside the corner, like beside the pads and beside the ropes, just sort of holding up the ropes. So many people just sitting there, lying there. You see that there's a bit where like Leon Slater and just Manders are just sitting there in the corner just having a chat. There's other couple of guys who are just sitting there in the corner just chatting away to each other, and I was like, I was like, fair play to you guys, you're having to work on New Year's Day, fucking hell. Anyway, what else happened? Matt Tremont came out, Jordan Wayne Murdoch came out, Matt Tremont eliminated John Wayne Murdoch, Tremont got eliminated, just fucking Jordan Oliver eliminated Nick Wayne, Leon Slater eventually got eliminated. There was just, it was basically like everybody was on like the last couple of matches, like the random people like Facade was in the match and stuff. But in the end, I think all these people got eliminated. Blake Christian was number 30, and Blake Christian comes out and he thinks he's eliminated everybody, and he's like, right, but then no, Masha Slamovich got hit with a bundle of tubes and she's like down on the outside selling for like fucking 10 minutes or whatever. She gets back in the ring, eventually ends up eliminating Blake Christian, and you're like, oh my god, Masha Slamovich. So now, the winner of this match receives a GCW title shot whenever they want. Fair enough. So Masha Slamovich has now got a world title shot against Nick Gage whenever she wants. But then, Blake Christian comes in the ring, and everybody's obviously booing him because he's Blake Christian. He goes to Masha Slamovich, shakes her hand, raises her hand, then fucking super kicks her, attacks her, fucking puts a chair on her throat and goes to like do a big double stomp thing. Akira runs in, Akira gets beaten to fuck with the chairs. Blake Christian, full heel turn. Masha Slamovich, number 1 contender. That was 56 nights. Of like just, usually you're like, the showboat shows at GCW are always excellent. But I understand this show's got the handicap of it being New Year, New Year's fucking day. Anyway, if you're going to watch any matches from this, watch the 2 death matches from night 1, watch Leon Slater against Tony Deppen, and from night 2, watch Leon Slater against motherfucking Nick Wayne. Excellent, one of the best matches of the entire weekend. And watch Matt Tremont versus Pondo for Matt Tremont's ridiculous selling and screaming. Anyway, that was motherfucking GCW, as I now move on to H2O's Torn To Motherfucking Shreds. So, we had a 3-way 6-man tag team thing, which was Duncan Aleem, Jeff Cannonball, and Tara Calloway. Love Duncan Aleem. I love him. He's over as fuck. Now Babyface against Jimmy Lloyd, Ryan Radricks, and Sean Henderson from SHP. Against WTF, Bruce Gray, Rod Mathis, and Tyler Vox. Match was very, very short, very, very good. Just everybody beating the fuck out of each other. I think it was meant to be like just a 6-man, and then it got made like a 3-way. 3-way tag team thing. In the end, I believe Duncan Aleem got the win for his team. And then Duncan Aleem, Jeff Cannonball, and Tara Calloway win. Then we got Tim Spriggs, who was with like 14 people. Was against, so I've never seen Tim Spriggs or any of these people before. Was against Gigi Everson for the hybrid title, and within 5 minutes, Gigi Everson beat him. I was like, okay. Even though he's got 800 people around ringside for him, I was like, all right. I mean, I didn't expect him to win, but whatever. Gigi Everson's fucking great. Then we got Declan Grant against Devantes. Declan Grant, so fucking good. Steadily becoming one of my favourite wrestlers in H2O and in America in general. Get his fucking merchandise in Deathmatch Worldwide, by the way, where you can also get one of these snazzy t-shirts if you didn't know that. This was great. Declan Grant did win. Quick match as well, I think with his sort of like TKO stunner finish. Then we got Austin Luke against Lucky 13. Brilliant fucking match. Very, very, very good match. Hybrid wrestling. Both these guys can do hybrid, high flying, fucking forearms, fucking kicks, fucking technical, fucking deathmatch. They can do everything. Austin Luke beat Lucky. I was like, holy shit, didn't expect that. Then we got Danny DeManto against Marcus Mathers, because obviously we have this massive, which is very, very good for me and for deathmatch wrestling and whole, is the merge of partnership between H2O and ICW No Holds Barred. Danny DeManto, Marcus Mathers, beating the shit out of each other. I think there was like, I don't think we had tubes, but I'm pretty sure we had stop signs, water jug bats, chairs, all sorts of shit. In the end, Danny DeManto gave him the DeManto driver off the turnbuckle through chairs. I was expecting Marcus Mathers to beat DeManto, but DeManto won. I was like, holy shit. Then we got a tag team double hell Christmas tree death match as Lowlife Louie and his son Louie Jr., who I think this is like his first official debut match. We're against Alex Stretch and Anthrax, tag team death match, Christmas trees and barbed wire and gusset plates and all sorts of shit, beating the fuck out of everybody. Everybody's bleeding and screaming and shouting. Louie Jr. and Louie Ramos win. Afterwards, the best part of the match was pretty much Louie Ramos putting over Stretch and Anthrax, who I think are two very, very underrated guys in H2O. Basically saying like, thank you so much for like giving me and like my son this match, and for like this like storyline and everything, basically like leading us through it and everything, and just basically congratulate them and thank them and everything. That was very actually genuine, heartfelt, touching moment. And Louis Jr. as well, putting over his dad and his family and things like that. It was very, very good. Then we got a Brian Neal defeats Darren Hardway, who is with the President's Endgame, and any Alex Jones aficionado will remember the fantastic film, I would say, called Endgame. Love the reference to that. So it's Frank Benetti, Edward Hawkins, the President, Leroy Robinson, and Darren Hardway. So Endgame and the President. Alex Jones reference, fuck yeah. Then we got Jimmy. This was Taipei Fist Panes of Glass Deathmatch. So it was meant to be Jimmy Lyon against Castle and Valentine. I think the storyline is just progressing. Everyone was like, oh my god, is this a work? Is this a shoot? Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Why don't you? Jimmy Lyon basically cuts a promo and says, fuck you, you fucking prick. Fuck you. Blah, blah, blah. And he basically says he's not man enough to come and face me. Blah, blah, blah. So Declan Grant takes his place. Double duty for Declan Grant. Taipei Fist, Panes of Glass. Both guys motherfucking bleeding. Bull Payne's fucking finish from the ropes from Jimmy Lyon. It's sort of like somebody's legs are on the ropes. He's sort of got them in a sort of like suplexy thing, spins them round. Like sort of spinny brain buster thing off the rope. My god, through a pane of glass, like Declan Grant's fucking head to the floor. It's like they both went through. I was like, Jesus Christ. Declan Grant being thrown through a pane of fucking glass in the corner. Very like small, like these mini panes of glass. I like when they're not all the same size. Fucking Jimmy Lyon wrestling barefoot. Vicious headbutts in this match as well. In the end, Jimmy Lyon did beat Declan Grant in the end, and I was like, holy fuck. Very, very, very good match between these two. And I wonder what's going to happen with the Casanova stuff. Who knows? And then moved on to Tag Team Double Hell Texas Bull Rope Double Hell Tag Team match. Red Dead Redemption, Manders, the world motherfucking champion, and Ryan Redfield, tag team champions, them against Chris Bradley and Christian Ross. This match was just brutal lariats and chairs and bull ropes and bleeding, and Redfield's bleeding and everybody's bleeding. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And in the end, I'm pretty sure Manders got the win. They won. The Red Dead Redemption did win and retain their belts. And I think Christian Ross or Chris Bradley basically like put like a thing on social media or on something basically saying like, we've done all we can as a tag team. So I think that's pretty much them going to be going, branching on their own separate paths. Not like splitting up as a team, but branching and going on their own separate paths to do their own thing. It's going to be together for so long. Done everything they can do in tag team wrestling H2O. Manders and Redfield won. We got no H2O title match, but obviously Manders is seen as the big bad heel with his tag team partner Ryan Redfield. This match was pretty good, I enjoyed it. And then we move on to the motherfucking main event, which is fucking brilliant, as we got Sawyer fucking Wreck in a 200 light tube no rope barbed wire death match against Father Matt fucking Tremont. So this match is one of the reasons why I watch deathmatch wrestling. Somebody's like, why the fuck do you watch that? It's people hitting each other with lights. Like, because I fucking love it. This is art personified, this fucking match. No rope barbed wire. This is going to be Tremont's last ever barbed wire death match. I think he said, what was it, like 57 or something like that? 50's like, holy shit. Anyway, comes out as Father Matt Tremont. Comes out as some fucking, I don't know how to describe it. Nice fucking song though. Not as usual, Journey Don't Stop Believing. Comes out with Jess Moss against Sawyer Wreck. What to say, just 200 light tubes. Basically, fucking 190 of the light tubes are broken within the first like 5 to 10 minutes. They don't even touch the barbed wire. The barbed wire is not touched until all the fucking light tubes are broken. And in the background of all the matches until this, with light tube crosses up where it said Torn To Shreds, and now there in the ring, big light tube crosses, obviously Father Matt Tremont. But my god, it was fucking fantastic. Light tubes, light tubes, light tubes, so much blood just fucking pouring out of Tremont's fucking head. Like, my Christ, he's screaming at Sawyer to fucking hit him. They go through all the fucking tubes, then they do the barbed wire, the match is like cut basically right in half. It was fucking excellent. I won't say any more about this match. Like I've said about previous matches before, go on ICW fucking TV and watch this fucking match. It's one of the best matches that fucking Tremont's done in the last year. 100% I'd say Sawyer Wreck's best match. It was fan-fucking-tastic. Brilliant fucking end to the year for H2O. One of my favourite H2O shows, not just for that match. Brilliant. Fucking please. H2O, still one of my fucking favourite fucking companies in America and in the world in general. So that was H2O Torn To Shreds. That was on Boxing Day. Then move on a little bit further on into December, or earlier into December. I watched XPWs Merry... It's not even called Merry fucking Christmas. I keep wanting to say Merry fucking Christmas, but I can't say Merry fucking Christmas because it was just called Merry Christmas. Anyway, the Delby Room in Panama, California. This is December 10th. So let's go through this and see how much of this I can fucking remember. It'll probably be a quick review. So, first of all, we had a three-way sort of death match between Judge Joe Dredd, Terex and Bo Cooper. Three-way, three big men, light tube bundles, fucking fucking forks, just stabbing and brawling and beating the shit out of each other. Very, very good. Like, all three guys are fucking huge as well. In the end, Bo Cooper did win. Sad to see Bo Cooper not with Will. High Pitch Will, not part of XPW anymore, unfortunately. But, hey-ho. He will find somewhere else to do. I'm sure he's like, he's Hardcore's manager for an upcoming match, I think. Anyway, we move on to the Juice Bar with Juventud Guerrero, which was insane. He's just shouting and swearing and saying he wants things to be juicy, and he's in his boxers and showing the crowd his arsehole, and I don't know, and then he invites Willie Mack down to be part of the Juice Bar, and then he fucking Pearl Harbour's fucking Willie Mack. Another OSW reference, you're getting so many on this show. Then they had like a nice little fucking match with Juventud Guerrero, just basically wrestling in street clothes, and he's saying, my fucking shoes and everything are more expensive than your fucking house, you fucking fat losers in the crowd. Him just destroying the crowd in the Juice Bar was one of the highlights of the show. It's very funny. He did beat Willie Mack, which I couldn't believe. I was like, oh fuck man, he's Juventud Guerrero, what are you going to do? Then we got like a three-way match between Vinny Massaro, who's a guy I've seen in like Circle 6 like once. He's got like sort of Italian gimmick, FBI, Italian, whatever. And then he was against Damien 666 and Psychosis in a three-way match. This match is pretty good, but it's just pretty much, as you'd imagine, Damien 666 and Psychosis are fucking legends. Psychosis did win in the end. Vinny Massaro very like hating on the crowd and shit, which was alright. Then we got Matt Cross against Bestia 666, who is Damien 666's son, I think, if my memory is correct. This was okay for Matt Cross, fucking M-Dog 20. Fucking brilliant fucking wrestler. This match was... These obviously matches are the same for the first matches. The non-deathmatchy portion of the evening. Matt Cross did win in the end. Very, very good fucking match. I remember. As I'm saying, I did rewatch like little bits of this in like a highlight thing. Then we got Cat Martini, who was the Fight TV champion. With Ludark Shaitan, beat Biggie Briggs in like 30 seconds. And then rolled him on one. Fair enough. Then we got the Necro Butcher against Hardbody, and my god, like, Necro's coming out to this. I don't even know what the song is, like some very, very, very patriotic, like, we're living in the land of the free, in the home of the brave American song. Necro Butcher's wearing like overalls, an American flag, and he's got a Trump flag, and obviously he's out with Danny Hernandez, Jasmine Sinclair. And I will say on this for the commentary, a lot of people were saying they were liking it. It was Chris Kloss and Ron Nemi. The only thing that was annoying me was like the joke was funny like once, was like them getting like Ron Nemi's like name wrong, his second name wrong. Like making jokes with his second name, and I was like, yeah, it was funny like once, like shut the fuck up, call the fucking matches. Anyway, I love Ron Nemi. I do like Chris Kloss, but I think Ron Nemi is very, very good. So just, what are you doing? Why flying him out all the way there just to take the piss of his name? I was like, what? Anyway. But a lot of people were saying they liked them together in commentary. I preferred Ron Nemi and the guy that runs CCW Wrestling. I forget his name. What is his name? Anyway, he usually does the ring announcing. But anyway, what was I going to say? So Necro against Hardbody. Hardbody came out and like he was showing the crowd his arse, and it was this match as well. Like Hardbody just gets the shit kicked out of him. Lots of like bumps into like guardrails. Like Necro Butcher gives him like a sort of running like powerbomb thing into a guardrail. It looks so fucking nasty. Hardbody like gets like attacks. He blasts Hardcore Hillbilly, who's out with Mega Maga, in the head with like a guitar. He blasts Danny Hernandez in the head with a bunch of light tubes. But in the end, Necro Butcher does win, and Mega Maga move forward. Then we got motherfucking Schlack against Siglope, Panes of Glass, Light Tube Deathmatch. Excellent. Siglope is fantastic. I was very, very surprised that when we got this, we didn't get Medio Extremo on this show. So I thought like they would obviously, why just fly one of them in when you can have them both there? And they didn't have them to be a tag team, just have them fight somebody else. Anyway, so Schlack does retain the Deathmatch title. That match is very, very fucking good. Go and check that match out. Then we got a three-way elimination where Ludark Shaitan defeated Taya Valkyrie. Taya Valkyrie's now lost our women's title and defeated Lindsay Snow. This match is very, very fucking good. Remember, Ludark Shaitan had like her arms pulled behind her and fucking skewers, not skewers, fucking like tattoo needles hammered into her head. Very, very fucking nasty. I would mention a reference to the tattoo needles, but I'm not bringing up that on this fucking channel. Then we moved on to the main event, and obviously we're meant to get Masada against Vampiro, and Vampiro's not there, and Masada's basically, right, who the fuck am I going to wrestle? Drake fucking Younger comes out. I was like, fucking yes! Here we go. Masada against Drake Younger, and I would have to look up like maybe like fucking nearly like 9-10 years ago, the last time they wrestled each other a fair few times in CZW. Many moons ago. Tournament of Deaths and things like that, and just in general, like, both these guys are so fucking good together. This match was excellent. Panes of fucking Glass, Light Tubes, Deathmatch, two Deathmatch legends, pioneers of Deathmatch wrestling in like the modern era, like Masada and Drake Younger. It was holy fuck, it was good. Very good match. Just please go and watch. I keep saying this to people. For me to describe all these matches, I want you to go and fucking watch them. Watch this, and fucking buy this pay-per-view for this match, because it's fucking good. Masada doing big fucking flips at the ring, and it was like motivated, fucking aggressive Masada against Drake Younger. It was fucking fantastic. Masada does win and retains the XPW World Heavyweight title. I was like, just put the belt on Drake, eh? Put the belt on Drake. But whatever. Masada did win in the end. Very good show. I did enjoy it. So I'd say go your way to watch Jun Guerrero against Willie Mack, Schlack Siglope, and in the main event was fucking brilliant. And that was XPW's Merry fucking Christmas. And I suppose I should get into it just now, because I only just watched it today, last night, which was January 5th. We had XPW's Theatre of Brutality 3 in Rochester, New York at American Cheeseburger, Rob Black's Cheeseburger Restaurant. We had 5 matches. There was fucking shitloads of fucking light tubes. A lot of them look like T8s as well. And I'm all for T8 light tubes, because that's all we can motherfucking get here fucking usually. Unless you're the Deathmatch Outlaws and you manage to find these gold mines everywhere. Anyway, so what did we have? We had Hardcore. Fucking shout to man Hardcore's got fucking t-shirts on Deathmatch Worldwide, and a brutal, bloody, violent fucking match against a guy called Tarzan, who was smoking blunts through the whole thing. Schlack was on ring announcing duties, which is very funny. Not having a run sheet. Well, he did have a little run sheet and like not even knowing people's names and things, but no one was telling him the people's names and shit. Anyway, this match was excellent. Hardbody and Hardcore's names are too similar, and they're both like two like rising upcoming stars next week. Anyway, Hardcore. And a huge fucking gusset plate like slammed in his head. So many light tubes are broken. There's just light tubes and glass fucking everywhere. Light tubes fucking kicked into his groin. Fucking, this was excellent. Like, fucking just, for what it was, people will say, oh, blah blah blah, the botch stuff and whatever. Like, but they were just rolling around in fucking glass. It was just non-stop violence for like fucking like 5-10 minutes. I enjoyed it. These little shows, plus they're free. They're on XPW's website for these Theatre Brutality things. They're just free little no-ring things, and they're up on YouTube. It's like, whatever. I enjoyed it. And there was like a sort of like sit-out tombstone-y, driver-y thing on a chair covered in tubes for the finish. Pretty good. Then we got, what's his fucking name? Colin Delaney, I think. Is that his name? Let me fucking find it on my phone. Where are we? Yes, Colin Delaney, against, with the guy who was with him at the last XPW show, was against somebody called Mr. Fantastic. And in the end, I think Mr. Fantastic got tubes blasted over his head and Colin Delaney won. Then we got a match between motherfucking the Hellaware Assassin, who was that Hellaware? Yes, Hellaware Assassin was against two guys who Schlack didn't know the name of, and I didn't know the name of either, in a handicap match. Hellaware Assassin, you know, long time deathmatch fans remember him from like early days, like early 2000s CCW. He was in that Student Battle Royal in TOD4, the same one with Havoc, pretty much making his CCW debut, and Blood's horrible fucking leg injury. It's either that match or a match he had against Brain Damage at one of the outdoor CCW shows, where he gets hurled over the ropes through a sort of like plastic garden bench thing covered with tubes, but he did wrestle against Brain Damage in an outdoor show with the shit kicked in. So anyway, the Hellaware Assassin was there. He got beat the shit out of with light tubes. He is gushing blood everywhere. They take him outside and they're brawling outside the cheeseburger thing in the street, bring him back inside, and then the finish was Hellaware Assassin ended up winning. He gave one of the two guys a powerbomb off a ladder through a door covered in thumbtacks for a win. Interested to see Hellaware Assassin. Then we got Rob Shit, who was the main name I mentioned before, was against Hardbody. This bit was like, a table was outside. Rob Shit gave Hardbody a flipping fucking DVD off the ladder through the table. The table didn't break. Then he went back up and gave him a splash. The table didn't break. I was like, Jesus Christ. Back in the ring, a super kick, and then Rob Shit gave Hardbody like a running DVD with tubes on a chair. Then I think Hardbody won with like a roll up, and then the final match was Dilf Boy against Necro Butcher. Dilf Boy coming out with some fucking pervert flasher in a coat against the Necro Butcher, and the Necro Butcher was just basically letting Dilf come up to him, punching him square in the face. I think he gave him like a black eye, like nearly broke his jaw a couple of times. Like Dilf would come in and get some fire back, he'd like try and punch Necro in like the chest, and Necro's fucking huge. Punched him forearm, and Necro would just give him like one or two like quick punch to the face, and he'd be out for fucking ages. I was like, Jesus Christ. There's a bit where like Dilf was supposedly crying and he like ran outside, and I genuinely thought that was going to be it. And even Necro was like saying he was like, they're fucking paying me for this. It was ridiculous. Then he came back in, we got some form of spots and stuff where like the pervert and the coat and Dilf like attacked the Necro Butcher, double teamed him, had him on the ground, and then in the end Necro got like his sort of chokehold finish, and that was it. Very entertaining for what it was to see Dilf Boy get the fucking shit punched out of him. I'm very happy to see that. And then afterwards Necro Butcher's got a beer, he's celebrating. And then fucking Schlack gets on the mic and says blah blah blah, me and you fucking January 21st at We Are Not Your Kind deathmatch, cunt. And that was it. So another match added for that match. Theatre Brutality, for whatever people want to say about ignoring death matches or things like that, I enjoyed it. It's like an hour and a half, an hour and 50 minutes of violence with a lot of guys that you might not even know the names of or even see, and you're like, I'm happy with it. I thought it was pretty fucking good. Then I'm on to page 2 now. That's fucking shit. I watched RPW's Deathrite. Where the fuck are we? RPW's Deathrite. So good to see RPW back. So we got Karam. Karam. It was against Crimson. Just two big fucking guys beating the shit out of each other. I think the winner of this match gets to fight Justin Kyle, who's back on the next show for the title. And Karam did win. Enjoyed that match. This was the 26th of November, this show. Just took a little while to come up on IWTV and maybe Michigan, as always. Then we got Schwartz. He was against GG Jacobs, who was another guy I hadn't seen. He was like a sort of like, was it like a camp hillbilly, I think? Was it his gimmick? Something like that. Which was alright. Schwartzy wins. We got Malcolm Monroe III defeats TJ Meyer, who's another person I've seen various different places. I quite like Malcolm Monroe III's pretty much guaranteed to win that match though. Then we got Atticus Kogar was against Zach Thomas, so it's like one half the Kogar brothers against one half the Midwest Scum. Atticus Kogar wins. Then we got the other two members of Midwest Scum, Dredkin Logan and against Otis Kogar. Went to a no contest, I mean people coming down. Darren McCarthy came down, attacked Otis Kogar with tubes and shit like that. So basically it's going to lead up to the next show. We're going to get a tag team title match with the Kogar brothers against Midwest Scum. Perfectly fine. Then we got Remington Roar against Matthias Thrasher in a death match with light tubes and panes of glass. Fucking insane, violent match. Just this tiny little building just so full of fucking glass everywhere. It was fucking great. Remington Roar won that match. I was like, Jesus fuck, man. It was very, very good. Remington Roar is very, very fucking good. Well, I'd like to see him a lot more in ICW No Holds Barred. And get him in fucking GCW. They need to like freshen up their deathmatch division as well. Then we also had Chuck Stein in a three-way, an 8-mile death match, whatever, with Dr. Redacted and Hardcore. I was like, holy shit. So in this we had Kenzans were hammered into Hardcore's head, syringes were put in Hardcore's mouth, we had light tubes, we had gusset plates, we had everything, like just everything. It was just brawling and bleeding and everywhere. There's a bit, obviously, Dr. Redacted's just away, and it's just Hardcore and Chuck Stein fighting, and then Dr. Redacted's just on commentary for the match, talking shit to everybody, then eventually goes back to the match. And I believe it was Chuck Stein wins at the end. I think there was a spot though where either Redacted or Stein gave Hardbody a fucking running Death Valley driver into the other guy with a pane of glass sitting on top of them. I remember that fucking spot. Anyway, well fucking done to all three guys. Well done to fucking Hardcore as well. You see, getting everywhere, fucking XPW and fucking RPW now. And then we move on to my favourite match of the night, which is John Wayne Murdoch against Satu Jin in a series of doors #1 contender match for the Rust Belt Deathmatch title. So then we get World Series of Doors. So we've got various, you have to, basically a tables match. You have to put your opponent through, I think it's like 3 out of 7 doors or 3 doors or whatever. And anyway, so there's like 7 doors or 6 doors, or you have to put your opponent through so many doors to win. We had light tube doors, we had gusset doors, we had doors with barbed wire, and we also had lots and lots and lots of fucking light tubes. They're sitting outside and there's a big fucking bucket of light tubes and they're just beating the shit out of each other. Both guys, especially Satu Jin, are bleeding like fuck in this match. There's another spot as well where John Wayne Murdoch's like sitting up against the wall. Satu Jin does his big throw in the pane of glass spots. Holy fuck. Both these guys are bleeding like shit. It was insane. So happy to see Satu Jin back as well. Hopefully get to see him in ICW No Holds Barred again at some point. In the end it was like I think it was, they were like 2-2 for the doors. There's like 1 door left. There's like the final door. They got tubes on the outside. And they're both battling on the apron. And then they both went through the door and it was like 3-3, a draw. And then all the fans kept chanting, one more door, one more door. And John Wayne Murdoch, which I thought was excellent, he was like, hey, this match doesn't need one more fucking door. He was like, we've fucking, look at the fucking, we're bleeding like fuck, we've wrestled our fucking cunts off. Enough of this one more door shit. The crowd did that as well at ICW No Holds Barred, when it was John Wayne Murdoch against, Matt Tremont against Tommy Vendetta. Where they've got like Legos and everything, they're like, take his shoes off, take his, you're like, just, is it not enough for you? You know what I mean? John Wayne Murdoch basically got the crowd to actually fucking cheer what he was saying and saying, yeah, you don't need fucking one more door, you've had enough. Don't need to fucking go 8,100 things in one fucking match, you know what I mean? Then we got the main event, which was great, but for a lot of reasons as well. A lot of the tubes didn't break first time, and there was like various like fumbles with tubes and things. Was Randy West against Mickey Knuckles. Great fucking match. Both these fucking ladies are excellent pioneers and legends of modern deathmatch wrestling. In the end, Randy West did win and retained the Rust Belt title against Mickey Knuckles. That match is very, very fucking good though. Obviously they were shouting at like the boss of RPW, like, so where the fuck did you get these tubes from? But yeah, that was RPW's Deathrite, very, very good, and so I assume we're going to get Satu Jin and John Wayne Murdoch are now #1 contenders for Randy West Rust Belt title. So who knows, we're maybe going to get a 3-way maybe at the next show for the title, or maybe we're one gets one shot, like maybe Satujin gets a shot, or John Murdoch gets a shot, they beat Randy West, the other person comes and beats them, becomes the champion. Who fucking knows? Anyway, that is the reviews done, and I'm on my second piece of paper. Fucking hell. So then we finally move on to news and updates. First for ICW No Holds Barred. So we have got more or less the full card. I think we're only waiting for one more match, which I know it might be. For NHB 40 on January 21st, 10:30 Delsa Drive in Westville, New Jersey. So, just announced yesterday, the Bev is against motherfucking Jeff Cannibal. That'll be fucking good. For a minute when I looked at the picture of Jeff Cannibal, I was like, is that Satujin? I was like, oh no, it's Jeff Cannibal. Anyway, still love Jeff Cannibal, but I was like, oh fuck, Satujin's back in the chains over. Anyway, we got Tommy Vendetta against Crowbar. Crowbar come back to NHB very quickly. Akira is against Eric Dillinger, who's like mainstay of ICW Miluwake, and he's the AWR champion and stuff. Just had a match recently against fucking Drake Younger. Dr. Redacted against my fucking boy Neil Diamond Cutter. That'll be fucking insane. Eric Ryan is against Sakuda, and I assume the main event, Brandon Kirk defending his deathmatch title against John Wayne Murdoch. And if they're going to do one match, and I've only had them 2 for 2 so far, as we would put, I would say Ross against Bradley 1-1 in their final sort of match of the series to round out that card. Anyway, before I get into the NHB Rise stuff, and there's a lot to cover for that, ICW is running PFX 16 on March 16th, and NHB 42 on March... I wrote 11th, it can't be 11th, it must be 17th. Where the fuck is this piece of shit fucking thing? Fuck me. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. March 10th and March 11th, ignore the 16th. It's just me crudely drawing a 6 when I meant a 0. So sorry, March 10th and March 11th. PFX 16 and NHB 42. Friday and Saturday we are back in Chattanooga, Red Bank, Tennessee, TDW Arena for 2 shows. And first name announced for those shows is Dr. fucking Redacted. And then March 17th, which is Saturday, PFX 17 as they return to Sonia Middle East, where they had, and I thought that venue was getting like torn down or something like that. That is Sonia Middle East in Cambridge, Massachusetts, where they had Battle of the Tough Guys, and they also had NHB 30 something, 20 something. I can't remember. There was the one. They did definitely have an NHB because I remember Cruel and Casanova in the chains and that. Anyway, so the Battle of Tough Guys and another NHB there. So Sonia Middle East, and there's also an Aussie flag for that, and I think this is part of this will be part of during the time of Callum Butcher's excursion into America. So maybe Callum Butcher's not coming fucking alone, but hey, so that'll be fucking awesome. And so that's NHB stuff on upcoming. Now we move on to the biggest motherfucking cunting weekend of the year here in the UK for death matches. NHB and Rise's big fucking cunting weekend. Iger Studios for all 4 shows. They were going to be at that Leeds warehouse where Rise or Die was. That show that I've got the signed poster of. They were going to have it there on the Sunday, no more. It's in the Iger for all 3 days, all 4 shows. All shows are motherfucking sold out. Fuck the scammers and scalper cunts that are trying to sell tickets. Fuck them. So it's February 10th to the 23rd, Iger Studios in Leeds. So we will just go through what we have so far. PFX 15, Friday the 10th, 8 PM in Iger Studios. And I just have a message to say that my t-shirt has been sent. The new fucking Lou Nixon t-shirt. Fucking PM fucking Lou Nixon if you want to get one of those fucking bad boys sent to me. Fuck yes. Anyway, PFX 15. We have got 5 matches announced for that. I assume we're going to get 2 more, at least 1 more. We've got Session Moth Martina against Casey fucking Kirk. We have also got Akira is going to be against fucking Lou Nixon. Casanova Valentine against Big fucking Joe one more time. The match was meant to happen in June, the Queen's Jubilee Bash thing. Matt Tremont against Clint Margera. And just announced yesterday, I think, or the day before, Eric fucking Ryan is against Danny fucking Darko. Fuck yes. So that is PFX 15. I think we're going to get 1 or 2 more matches for that. That's on the Friday. Then on the Saturday we have 2 shows. We have a show in the afternoon, which is a Rise show. I believe it'll probably be like 3 or 4 PM, something like that. Anyway, I would suggest, and this is what I'll be doing, is go to these shows motherfucking early so you can get space, because it's going to be motherfucking tight, these sellout shows. And then on the night of Saturday, 8 PM in the Eiger Studios, ICW No Holds Barred 41. And holy shit, what a card we have for this. We have Danny DeManto is going to be against Session Moth. Casey Kirk is against Eric Ryan. For me personally, I would love to have seen Casey Kirk and Eric Ryan against other people like Caden or fucking, you know what I mean, just have to break the American talent up or whatever. Who cares? I think they're just trying to do this because they've had Casey Kirk, Eric Ryan in America. They've had it in Australia, now they're going to have it in the UK. Still be a fantastic match. Anyway, Casanova fucking Valentine against Lou Nixon. A match that happened at the original Games of Death. Casanova Valentine beat Lou Nixon that time. A very different fucking Lou Nixon this time. Got British fucking top team Lou Nixon as well. So Casanova Valentine's going to get fucking choked out. Then we have a double fucking title match as the American Deathmatch, and Danny Havoc Hardcore Champion Brandon Kirk defends both his titles against Clint fucking Margera. Holy shit. Then we got just announced yesterday, the day before as well, Michael fucking Caden against Akira. First fucking time ever, that'll be fucking awesome, can't wait for that. And I would have to say the main event, Matt fucking Tremont rematch against Big fucking Joe. And I think we've got one more match announced for that. So who knows what that'll fucking be. Hopefully it's got fucking Danny Darko in it. And then on the Sunday, which is February 12th, in the Eiger, 8 PM, which is Rise against NHB. We have 4 matches announced for this so far. Eric Ryan against Clint Margera. Akira's against Johnny fucking Storm. The fuck? The Boss. The best promoter in Rise history, the good Dr. Leonardo Darwin, and the Rise champion is against the fucking boss of ICW No Holds Barred, Danny fucking DeManto. I'll probably lose my fucking voice for that match. And I'll try my best to not boo like fuck that hard for Danny DeManto. Anyway, and then a match that I've wanted to see ever since these shows got announced. I spoke to Michael Caden about this in Mind the Glass. Matt fucking Tremont is against Iceman. Fucking deathmatch, UK European deathmatch legend. Iceman against fucking Tremont. Insane. And we're obviously going to get a good few more matches announced for that show. So that is the Rise NHB February weekend. Come fucking see me. I'll be at all 4 of those shows. Have a fucking beer, hang out. Hopefully we're doing something to do with this channel there. Try and interview some people, chat some people, do some shit. Have some beers and have a good fucking time. It'll be insane. Cannot fucking wait for that. We're like nearly a month away. Nearly a month away from that fucking show. And then moving on to more Rise stuff for tomorrow night, January 7th at the Brunel Social Club is the Rise fucking Rumble. How the fuck did that get there? Oh, it's okay. It's a nice t-shirt, that's fine. Where are we? So, the Rise fucking Rumble. Unfortunately, I can't be there due to fucking work and rail strikes. Fucking rail strikes. But it is in the Brunel Social Club, a building that I've not been to since 2013 to see the fall. And we have got the Rise Rumble. The winner gets a shot at the good Dr. Darwin. Leon Slater, they were meant to have that show that got cancelled, was the BTT Christmas Bash. Due to, once again, these fucking rail strikes in the UK. What a brilliant country we live in, eh? Can't heat our homes, can't pay for food, can't get the train, can't get post. Oh, it's brilliant. It's so much fun. Anyway, so Leon Slater was meant to fight Darwin at that show. He's still got a title shot. Anyway, the winner of the Rise Rumble, which is sold out, by the way, sold out very, very quickly. One of the sort of premier events, the Brunel Social Club used to host a lot of Rise stuff. Unfortunately for fans of this channel, whatever, they don't allow death matches, which is fair enough. I can support Rise without death matches. Rise is the best company in the UK. But anyway, so move on. So we have the matches for the Rise Rumble. We have the Rumble match itself, and we've got entrants. I think it's 30 people, something like that. We've got Saxton Huxley, Miles' dad, B.A. Rose, Shreddy, Boy 1, Jacob Hackenbeard, who was Boy 2, former Boy 2, Big fucking Joe, Darko, Sad Boy Caden, Brett fucking Semtex of BTT, Lou fucking Nixon of the BTT, Isaac North, and thanks to previously Joe messaging me months and months ago now to tell me how to pronounce Inserico, so thanks for that, Joe. So where are we? That's like maybe what, like 12, 15, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 people so far. And then we've also got some other matches announced for the show. Also on the poster, not matches announced, we've got Heidi Katrina's on the poster, so hopefully it gets you back. I'd quite like to see her at the Rise fucking NHB shows, but hey, her and Natalie Sykes are on the poster. They don't have a match announced for it. We've also got Amir Jordan is going to be against Gene Money. This is another match that's meant to happen at the BTT Christmas Bash. We've got a Nathan Black, fuck yes, love Nathan Black, open challenge. And we've got a 4-way dance between the 4 finalists, or the semi-finalists and the 2 and the finalists. And the runner-up of the Ascent tournament is Joe Wade against Liam Slater against Leon Slater against Jet Marshall. So that'll be fucking good. So that is tomorrow night. I was going to say get tickets, but you fucking can't because it's sold out. You have to be quick off the mark to get your Rise tickets these fucking days, but I assume it's going to be up in some form or fashion on Patreon and everything going forward. And speaking of fucking Rise, Games of Motherfucking Death 3 has been announced. It's May 27th. There's an afternoon show and an evening show, and then May 28th there's an evening show. So I'd assume we're maybe going to get like one non-deathmatchy tournament, or like maybe because it's 2 days, 16-man tournament. I don't fucking know, but Games of Death 3, and it's at the Wellington fucking Hall, which, despite the surrounding area, is actually a fucking decent venue for death matches. It's fairly fucking spacious and everything. There's a big stage and everything. So yeah, fuck yeah. So we're back in fucking Hall in the Welly for Games of Death 3. I've got my tickets for that. And entrant number fucking 1 in the Games of Death is motherfucking Schlack, the current XPW King of the Deathmatch champion. Is hopefully, fucking fingers crossed, Schlack is still the American Deathmatch champion by that point, and he brings that belt with him, and I want to get a picture of that belt and the European Deathmatch belt beside each other. So what I want to do. I don't know why. I've done that last time I was at the Kumite shows. I want to get all these like TNT Extreme title and have all these belts and have them all sort of lined up together. I want to do that at the NHB shows, so future me, remind me to do that. The Daddy Havoc Hardcore title, the TNT Extreme title, the American Deathmatch title, and the European fucking Deathmatch title, and the Death Wolf title, and have them all, a picture of all this Deathmatchy belt shit. I love me some fucking Deathmatch belts. Anyway, that's enough about belts. As we move on to XPWs, We Are Not Your Fucking Kind. This is January 21st, same day as NHB 40. As we were saying, there is no Deathmatch Wars anymore. We are only Deathmatch Friends. So New Jersey Heart Ballroom, XPW's got motherfucking billboards, like I said. What the fuck is going on? So saying if you weren't a wrestling fan or a deathmatch fan, driving past it, you would think, what the fuck is that? But it's fucking great. It's really good. So we've got Hard Body is against Lucky 13 on this show. We have also got Lindsay Snow against Ludark Shaitan for the women's title, and I assume a fucking death match. We've also got a 3-way, JJ Escobar's debut on the show, and he's against 2 guys who I've never heard of, against Kurt Bale and Charlie Bonifer, whatever. So basically it's a 3-way with sort of JJ Escobar, everybody knows who he is, at least people in deathmatch. These other guys, I was said this on Facebook or something, somebody they were like, oh, who are these unknown guys, blah blah blah. You put unknown guys on like a bigger show, they're gonna motherfucking kill themselves to get over. I'd love to see lots more unknown guys on it, because like either like say that they're shit or they're whatever, at least they get a chance. You're giving them a chance, and they might be amazing. You never know. You never know. You can't just rely on the same stuff again and again and again. Anyway, and then a first time ever match, a match I cannot fucking believe is happening. Drake Younger is against motherfucking Big Joe. It is, oh my fucking god. And also, yeah, announced on Theatre Brutality, we've got fucking Schlack against the motherfucking Necro Butcher. And also announced on the show, based on the poster, because I have a keen eye for posters, Masada, Sage Sin, Cat Martini, Juventud Guerrera, Jasmine St. Clair, and Willie Mack. And I have a list of the dates. January 21st is at the Heart Ballroom, so basically they're going New Jersey, LA, New Jersey, LA, New Jersey, LA, and we've got 2 months that we don't have any shows. So, we have, on 21st of January, Heart Ballroom, that's in New Jersey, We Are Not Your Kind. February 28th, we have Pleasures of the Flesh. February 18th, I don't know why I said 28th, February 18th we have the Derby Room in California, Pleasures of the Flesh. Then March 25th we're back at the Heart Ballroom in New Jersey. April 22nd we're in the Derby Room for California 2, which is their deathmatch tournament. in California. Then May 27th, we are back at the Hart Ballroom, New Jersey. June 24th is Problematic, California. July 29th, we're back at the Hart Ballroom in New Jersey. August 26th, we are back in the Derby Room for Genocide 2. September, we have no show for either or, so maybe they're in somewhere else, maybe they're in fucking, I don't know, Florida, Michigan, fuck knows, who knows. Then October, we are back in the Derby Room for Halloween Hell 4. November, we have nothing so far. I mean, be announced for anything. But it could be in the UK, who knows? And speaking of the UK, you can now get XPW merchandise from XPW's website delivered to the fucking UK. Gets delivered here. Beforehand, you couldn't get it delivered to Scotland or whatever, so I tried, but now you can get it fucking delivered. So I'm going to order myself today or tomorrow a motherfucking Necro t-shirt and an XPW hoodie. Anyway, and finally December 16th, back in LA, Merry fucking Christmas 2. Just Merry Christmas. Ignore the fucking. So, that is an entire year's worth of stuff, and they've got like packages on their website where you can buy, like, sign up to go to all the LA shows and things like that. Much like something else we're going to speak about. So that's fucking interesting. We've still got 2 months available, but I mean, it's pretty much all set out, so that's pretty good. That's XPW's stuff. Then we move on to H2O, who and their next upcoming show. They do have another show, which is like, it's Jess Moss's like birthday bash show, but that's going to be released on IWTV like in episodes. So I will not be watching that show live, but I'll be watching the next show called Hustle and Gold, January 22nd at the H2O Centre. So where are we? Hustle and Gold, we have a dream match. Neil motherfucking Diamond Cutter against Sakuda. Holy shit, that'll be insane. Declan Grant against John Wayne Murdoch. John Wayne Murdoch making his H2O debut, which is insane to me. And Chondo in a three-way. Chris Bradley's against Kennedy Copeland. Poor Kennedy Copeland. Jess Moss is against Christian Ross. Poor Jess Moss. And then we've got the H2O tag team titles are on the line as Rocket and Saliso Vega are against Red Dead Redemption. And then Manders doing double duty that night. As I don't know if this is for both belts or one belt or no belts. It's Manders, who's the H2O champion, against Brandon Kirk, who's the Danny Havoc Hardcore champion. So who knows what's going on with that. And then we've only got one name left to announce for Tremont's Angels of Death tournament. This is February 18th at the H2O Centre. We have got Ziggy Haim, Killen King, Mickey Knuckles, Casey Kirk, Jess fucking Moss, Tara Calloway, and Sawyer fucking Wreck, and one more to be announced. Who could it be? Sadaka? I don't know. I don't know. Lunar Shaitan? Who knows? No, probably not. Probably not. Anyway, then RPW are coming back with, this time it's War. This is at 11601 Lewis Temple Avenue, Michigan. This is the 20th of January. This is the first stop of Sakuda's American Deathmatch Little Excursion in January. So, Sakuda's against Tommy fucking Vendetta on that show. We've also got Dr. Redacted, who's going to be against MM3. Also appearing, we've got Satu Jin, Randy West. We could see them against each other. Apollo Star, Schwartzy, Remington Roar, Justin Kyle returns, and the Kogar brothers are also going to be in action, I assume, for the tag team titles. So that's RPW's next fucking show. Also, there's another company that has been announced in the last little while called No Mans Land Wrestling. And they're running out of the H2O Centre for their first debut show called If It Bleeds, which is March 17th. Now, I don't know if this is a one-off show, or if it's going to be a series of shows, or if this is a tournament, or if this is just names announced for it. Anyway, the names announced for this are all very, very fucking talented people. Neil Diamond Carr, Tommy Vendetta, Kelsey Reagan, I've not seen for a while, she used to do stuff with No Peace Underground and things like that, Matt fucking Tremont, Hoodfoot, and Randy West. So, who fucking knows? That'll be definitely be interesting. That'll be on IWTV. Can't fucking wait for that. And then we move on to some more UK stuff coming up. TNT, January 14th, next fucking weekend. Merseyside Massacre at Hangar 34 in Liverpool. We've got a full fucking card of stuff there, but the main match I'm most looking forward to, the World Extreme Division Championship, as Clint Margera defends his title against Big fucking Joe. I wonder what the stipulation could be. Then we also have DOA, which I now have fucking VIP balcony fucking tickets for, which is the 4th of fucking March at Hangar 34 Liverpool. And just to say, I'll just announce some of these couple of names and then we'll go into like why I can't fucking wait for this. Ali Catch and Cole Radrick are coming over from America for this tournament. Also, we have Big fucking Joe. Then we have Tombe, motherfucking Tombe, fucking Kumite regular Tombe is being announced for it. Also, BA fucking Rose is going to be in DOA. I was like, holy shit. And one thing I did not think would happen is Michael fucking Caden is going to be in DOA this year. So we have 2 more names I assume announced for this. Hopefully we can get Alton Thorne and maybe one more American person, or maybe Alton Thorne and Clint Margera or something like that. But that's insane. B.A. Rose, Tombe, Caden, Big fucking Joe and 2 American. That's fucking mental for a fucking DOA tournament. So I'm going to that. That'll be fucking great. Very, very happy for, especially like Tombe and B.A. Rose, and Caden fucking deserves to be fucking everywhere. Then we move on to Battle Pro Wrestling. I've added some more people to the Extreme Division. So joining B.A. Rose and Clint Margera, we have Jack Harrop and his dad, motherfucking Iceman, are all joining Battle Pro Wrestling. So whenever they announce their show, which will be running this year, the first show this year, cannot fucking wait for that. Hopefully we'll be able to get down for that. Also, small note for Kumite, the lovely fucking guys from Kumite. As you can see me speaking to Malachi from Kumite on Behind the Glass, which I done a month or so ago now. They are returning in summer 2023, so check forward to this show and Kumite's social media and stuff for things to do with that. Also, Jack Bennett is currently in fucking Tokyo, and today, this morning, he wrestled in Dai against Sakuda. I was like, holy shit, that was amazing for him. Biggest match of his career. I don't know the results or anything or that, but I was very, very happy for him to get to do that. And also, just to go, there's a company called Apex Pro Wrestling, and just have a little look at this. They're holding like a deathmatch tournament, but like not over just like one show, like over the course of several different shows. It is a Taipei bar fight, the first round of the Rusty Cup, and it's Antonio fucking Gonzalez against Tombe, so that'll be fucking awesome. You can buy tickets from there. I'll put up the poster for there if you want to buy tickets for that. Fuck yes. So that'll be fucking good. So even just seeing like Tombe and that, just branching more deathmatch in the UK is always a fucking good thing. So that is all the UK stuff. I think we are nearly done with this episode. My God, don't know how long this has went. Anyway, CZW and fucking Ultraviolent Underground are back. We do not have the locations for this. I have a picture of this shit on my phone somewhere. So, we have 4 events. The 25th of March, the 13th of May, the 5th of August and the 9th of December. They have got a thing on this website, Ultraviolent Underground, UVUwrestling.com. So, you buy a Season 1 membership and it's $400 I think. So you get access to all 4 of these shows, but I don't know if, I mean one of them's in December, I doubt they're going to be fucking doing it at DJ's Farm in that one. Or they're going to be doing it in some other venue, but I mean it makes sense to do it there for the other ones. 4 shows. Free beverages at all 4 shows you get for this money. Access to a preload of activities including meet and greets, Q&A sessions, access to the UVU chapter memorabilia, a 1-year subscription to the UVU digital platform, option to purchase TOD tickets before the general public, a membership kit which includes a UVU logo t-shirt, a hat, a UVU pin, a die-cut sticker and UVU safety goggles. And limited access is only 75 members, I think, get tickets to this. So what are we doing for that? 75... So from that they're making 30 grand. Basically if 75 people are paying $400 for these things, they're making 30 grand for 4 shows. So divided by 4, so they're making 7,500 per show. Fair enough. Anyway, so you get all that sort of stuff and that, but anyway, we've not announced dates or anything. So basically, but we've got the names announced for the first show, wherever it is or whatever. We've got Kevin fucking Gill is going to be in commentary and or ring announcing. And we've also got 3 talent announced: Brad fucking Cash, Insane Lane, and Callan fucking Butcher, because this will be during his excursion into the US. So very happy to see Callan Butcher. Interesting nonetheless. Hopefully us non-people who don't live in America can pay something to watch these shows. Who knows? And then what else do we have? Finally, we also have ICW Miluwake have announced their Insane 8, which is months away, fucking August 20th, in Waukesha, Wisconsin, at the Waukesha Elks Lodge 400. And we've got 2 names announced for that. The last year's winner, Eric fucking Dillinger, and Dr. Redacted are the first 2 names. And finally, MLW reportedly signs fucking Akira, and in the same week they have released, or come to terms with the release of Mads Kruger, who is cruel. What the fuck? Anyway, fucking hell. Anyway, that is us done for another episode 46. Like I said, my resolution is to do as much content as possible for this channel and try and push it forward and do a lot more things. A lot more things are going to be happening this year with myself, this channel, various different things. There's so many fucking shows and everything. And just to say thanks for people for sticking with me and watching me talk shit about wrestling and deathmatch wrestling, and fucking people supporting me like fucking Dean and Matty and the Kumite guys and Danny and Deathmatch Outlaws, fucking Caden, Joe and Darko and everything. Fucking people like saying, like Michael Caden saying that he'd watched like my stuff. I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's insane to me. But just the support that people have given me, and just people in fucking Explosion Apparel, just so many different people that Deathmatch Worldwide as well for sponsoring this channel, making this a fucking reality. Very, very thankful. Alton Thorne as well for kind words and just everything. Like all these people, there's too many to mention. Thanks for the support. I very, very much appreciate it. And 2023, we're going to take this to the next fucking level. If there is wrestling left after Vince McMahon comes back. Anyway, no deathmatch, no life. Until the next time, and the next episode will be, I don't know if I'm going to class it as a numbered episode, but it'll be favourite shit of 2022. Anyway, no deathmatch, no life.